Down here in the pits with the number 13, Ray Janice Jr. in the McLean's Home Hardware 9 horsepower sprints. Ray, I just snuck up on you and you were working hard on your fuel pump down here. What's going on? Oh yeah.
This is our youngest division here at Grand Bend Speedway. They're just trying to get some lineups going here, getting the drivers in the proper order to start tonight's competition.
And Kate, set for an excellent evening of competition. We've got lots of action for you. Certainly the Pinedale Motor and Junior Sprint heat races. They're up on the track right now, getting ready to rock and roll to start our evening off for the preliminaries. Home Hardware 9 horsepower sprints set for competition as well. In addition to the Robson Scrap Metal mini trucks, as well as the NASCAR Ontario Pro Sprints. It is the final evening of competition of the 2025 season on the quarter-mile track. And excited to be here, excited to see what these junior sprinters have for us. They've taken the white flag here. We're set to go next time by to kick off our evening of competition. For those watching online with us, a special welcome to you. And of course, the folks here in person here, catching all the action here at the quarter mile. You are in for a treat tonight. Starting right now, the Pinedale Motor Inn Junior Sprints. Green flag drops down the front straightaway, and we are off and running with the junior sprinters. Maxwell Lloyd in the black 6X, no surprise here, out front early on. Gets a great start, and we're off and running. A little high up there on the track there for the black 6X of Maxwell Lloyd.
Following Lloyd is the 98 of Bryson Fuller, the 10X of Mason Dessat, the 9 of Ethan Lloyd, and the 13 is Camlin Bright.
You know, this series has been so fun to watch this year. These, again, as you were saying, Kate, they're our youngest drivers, the Pinedale Motor and Junior Sprints. They're the ultimate development competition for us. And they're going to be coming up on some lap traffic here. The black 13 over there in turn 3 and 4 are going to be going a lap down. Here comes our leader, the black 6X of Maxwell Lloyd. Just crossing the start-finish line there, going into turn 1. And he'll be putting one of these drivers a lap down here in the early goings of this one, the 13 of Camlin Bright, who's been learning a lot this season in the black 13. One of the things, as you and I both know, Kate, that helps drivers to improve the most is certainly track time. And the 13 of Camlin Bright has had no shortage of that this season. And so great to see new drivers out here. Your leader just coming out of turn 4, the black 6X of Maxwell Lloyd, crosses the start-finish line there. We're past the halfway marker here.
This time by will be 2 to go on the Speedway for Maxwell Lloyd. Has a good gap, so just needs to keep running lap after lap here to keep the other cars in his rear
Battle
view.
here going into turn 1, though, with the black 98 and the white. Who's that there on the white one? The 10X of Max and Desat. This is a bit of a pitched battle. I've been watching here for a couple of laps. The 10 of Max Desat getting right up there as the white flag flies. We're into the final lap here. This is your battle for second place. 98 Bryson Fuller, 10X, Max and Desat. Coming out of turn 4, though, is your leader takes the checkered flag at the stripe. The 6X Maxwell Lloyd battle for second here. Coming to the line, it'll be the 98 of Fuller for the win. And that'll do it there for our first heat race of the Pinedale Motoring Junior Sprinters.
Big thing tonight, John, is they could crown a champion. So champions will be crowned tonight, but it all is dependent upon tech and how they do racing tonight. The points seem to kind of shake up in a pretty positive manner for some drivers, but we will have to see what happens. So we will have unofficial champion that we will get to crown on the front stretch tonight. But stick with us and we'll find out who they are. The 6X of Maxwell Lloyd just snapping a quick picture at the start-finish line. That is your heat race winner number 1.
So give him a cheer as he heads out towards turn 1. Folks, your winner, heat race number 1, Maxwell Lloyd. So here in heat race number 2, you've got the 18H of Edwin Hyde. That's your points leader coming into tonight. Tonight is basically a coronation for the 18H of Edwin Hyde. Now, again, as we say, we always say everything's unofficial until it's official. So at the end of the night, you know, everything has to be completed, make sure all the vehicles pass inspection and all that. But barring that, the 18H of Edwin Hyde looks like he's in for, again, a pretty smooth evening, provided he starts all the races tonight. Your running order will be this: 18H, Edwin Hyde, 75, Killian Collins in second. Third place starting spot goes to the blue number 6 of Alexis Eaton. And rounding out the field will be the number 15 of Paxton Wright. 4 drivers make the call in heat race number 2 of 3. This has been a really growing division, Kate. You know, I look at the roster down here, and they've moved to the 3 heat race program. 3 heat races for the junior sprints, and that's been really cool to see. One of the reasons they run heat races like this, the smaller size for the junior sprinters, as the green flag is going to drop here, is to give the drivers a bit more experience without everybody being on track the whole time. The green flag is dropped here, and right off the get-go, throw a blanket over the top trio there as they went to turn 1. They get themselves spread down the back straightaway, but it is the black 18H of Edwin Hyde, the blue 6 of Alexis Eaton, and the 75 of Killian Collins rolling here through the front straightaway.
Edwin Hyde gets a good start, but not too far off is the 6 of Alexis Eaton. Running a slightly different line coming out of turn 4, but we'll see if she's able to make up some ground and put some pressure here on Edwin Hyde.
And she is closing up. Blue number 6, Alexis Eaton, on the move, suddenly closing the gap between her and the 18H of Edwin Hyde, the points leader, as they make their way out of the 4th turn here.
Sliding around the lap traffic there of the 15 of Paxton Bright.
But this is a pretty tight battle here. The 6 of Alexis Eaton up now to the high side, pedal to the metal down the front straightaway. Does not have the nose in just yet, but as they make their way through turns 1 and 2, the 6 of Alexis Eaton is in attack mode up on the high side here again. with the laps running down here in heat race competition. The 6 of Alexis Eaton wants a checkered flag in her hand before the end of this one. Caution on the speedway here for the 75 of Killian Collins down in the infield on the back straightaway, the orange vehicle. And that'll give us a caution flag here. There was just 3 laps to go when the caution came out.
Yeah, the leaders were just about to take that 2 to go, but with that yellow coming out, we've got 3 to go on the speedway. And we'll have to see what the 6 of Alexis Eaton can do on the outside. It seems to be, though, that she is running really well on that outside groove, John, and I think that it may give her that little bit of edge here on the restart.
Well, they give the 75 a little push down the back stretch. So we'll see here as we get these drivers lined back up.
75 of Killian Collins will slide up in behind the 6 of Alexis Eaton as the 15 is a lap down. Should be going white this time by 1 lap to go green again. We got 3 laps to go.
So there's your white flag. The white flag, folks, signals 1 lap before something happens. So here under caution, when the yellow lights are out, that indicates 1 lap before we go racing, if you see that white flag. If we're racing and you see the same white flag, that indicates the driver's 1 lap before the checkered flag. So in either case, no matter how you slice it, one way or another, you see that white flag, you're 1 lap away from something happening. Here, we're 1 lap away from going green, but we're a lot less than that. As down the front straightaway, we see that green flag. We're back at it in the Pinedale Motor Inn Junior Sprinters, and we pick up right where we left off. The 6 of Alexis Eaton back in attack mode again. Up on the high side she goes on the black number 18H of Edwin Hyde, the current points leader in the division. 2 laps to go there at the stripe for the 18H of Edwin Hyde, playing defense here, although the drivers don't have mirrors, but you can bet the 18H of Edwin Hyde can definitely hear how close that 6 of Alexis Eaton is. The white flag will fly here, urging the drivers on here in the final lap. Alexis Eaton hungry to get a checkered flag. She's looking quick here up on the high side on the 18H of Edwin Hyde. Pedal to the metal through turns 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, it's gonna be 18H of Edwin Hyde, your winner. 75 of Killian Collins for 3rd, and the 15 of Paxton Bright. That's good for 4th. So the points leader with the 18H of Edwin Hyde, he starts his night off pretty much exactly the way that he might want to. That's with a victory here in the heat race competition. Special shout out tonight to our camera operator, Adrian Zakarowitz, making the trip here tonight, making the call. One of the things we did at Checkered Flag Media this year finally paid off. We didn't really want it to pay off, but it finally paid off because our regular camera operator, Philip, feeling a little under the weather today. And so we were able to bring in Adrian as a substitute. He was with us at the start of the season. And then there's all kinds of new technology that we've got here in the junior sprint, in the checkeredflagmedia.com. One of them is the lap counter at the top that Philip got working for us. So if you're enjoying watching the races from home and you see the lap counter, even though Philip's homesick, you can thank Philip for the lap counter and for the running order for the folks watching at home. And you got it, Philip. Hope you're feeling better soon. And Adrian, thanks for making the trip.
Heat race number 3 for our junior sprints is on the track. Got the 90 of Paisley Lamont, followed by the 2 of Blake Watson. 39 is Landon Moore, and the 85 is Ryan Clark. Paisley took a hard lick last week, was itching to get back in the car, so she's back on the track. We're happy to see her. They're headed down the backstretch. This time around, we're going to go green. And we'll have to see what these ladies at the front of the field are able to do right off the hop.
Green flag drops and we're underway. Great to see, by the way, the 90 of Paisley Lamont back in action. Had a terrible crash last week, got right back into the seat and back racing tonight. Awesome to see that orange number 90 back on the track tonight after last week's crash. They got the vehicle put back together and the driver back on track. So we're looking good here on the closing night. Your leader is the 2 of Blake Watson, the purple number 2 out front. Running in second is the 85 of Ryan Clark, got himself up to second place here. The 39, that's Landon Moore. He was struggling a little bit in practice, actually spun the cart down into the infield. Looking good out there on the track right now, though. And the 90 of Paisley Lamont running 4th out there at the moment, again after last week's crash. Got everything back up and running. Just so happy to see that orange number 90 looking great. Cross flags, we're halfway through the 8-lap heat race, 4 laps to go. Yeah, Blake Watson, she's been on a tear this year, got a feature race win earlier in the season. Has been in that second place spot, you know, car number 2 in the second place spot more times I feel like than I can count this season, been the runner-up. It's great to have a strong running cart. It's great to be on the podium. Eventually, you do get a little tired of seeing the second place runner-up. Like you just say, you know, I think it's my night now. So we'll see. Maybe tonight is the 2 of Blake Watson's night because she's definitely put in the work. She's put in the effort. She's fast. She's always there. That's where you and it's just hasn't been able to quite finish that job a few times because it's been such a competitive field this year. White flag flies, final lap.
Blake Watson also trying to maybe close that gap just a little bit, but I think
it's a checkers. Final lap. Yeah.
Heat race, things will remain the same going into tonight between the 18H of I.
So the 2 of Blake Watson, your winner. She'll swing around here and catch a quick photo with April Wilson Photography. So race fans, put your hands together. Let's have a round of applause for the 2 of Blake Watson out of West Lorne, your winner. And again, a very special welcome to you folks joining us tonight at Grand Bend Speedway. Grand Bend Speedway, we are a quarter-mile paved tri-oval, originally constructed in 1996. We're just outside the town of Grand Bend, right next door to Grand Bend Motorplex. The track has featured many great local drivers and touring series and competitors over the years. And we're thrilled to have you out here tonight at the Bull Ring as we shift gears now to the 9-horsepower sprints. Now, Kate, as we see trouble here on the front straightaway, we see a car stopped out of turn 4. Who is that? Who is that over there? There was a new cart down there that I hadn't seen in a while. Is that the Pauli machine? I got a 45. Anthony Pauli in the 45, and he did not get far. He didn't get far at all. That's not the way you want to start your night. Well, while Anthony Pauli is getting things, oh, he just stalled out. They're going to try and fire him back up here. Give him a pull. Okay, that'll work. Now, that's never good, though. If you stall out on the caution laps, well, it's all right, actually. If you get up to speed and you got your pedal to the metal, probably not going to stall out, but you got to really watch himself here into caution and keep the RPMs up if he's feeling a little stally like that. But again, that is the 45 of Anthony Pauli. Your running order also out there on the track. Who we got?
The 33 of Carter Nichols out front.
And I'm pleased to see that. And I don't want to freak out Carter's family because, you know, they think they're here for a coronation tonight for the championship. And like, it's looking better than it was 45 minutes ago, I gotta say, because Carter Nickel, when I went and tried to do a pre-race interview with him for the broadcast, there was no time for an interview. They had some kind of catastrophic carburetor failure, and they were, I don't want to oversell it, but they were freaking out. They were totally, like, when I say they were freaking out, they're very professional, like they know what they're doing. But you and I, Kate, like, we've seen these teams working on things, and even when they seem calm and they're working with the tools and they've got steady hands, you're like, they're freaking out, because you can tell that it's very serious. And you can tell, I could see on Carter's face, I was like, Mike Benetto was leaning over the engine. He actually said, it was really scary to see here. He goes, we're done. He goes, this isn't gonna, like, we can't fix this. And then they pull it together, and evidently they fixed it, because there's the 33 out there on the track. But things were looking pretty dicey for the points leader. The folks at home are gonna see the interview later on, and it's not with Carter Nickel, it's with the 13 of Ray Janice Jr., because we couldn't interview the 33 of Carter Nickel because they were so busy. Green flag flies. We'll see if the carburetor's working. I guess that's what we'll find out here. We're underway.
The only car we haven't mentioned on the track right now is the 90 of Keegan Lamont. So the 45 is running of Anthony Paulai. We've got Carter Nickel at the front of this field right now, Ray Janice Jr. But look to the inside, and there is Keegan Lamont taking into that second spot.
You can't ignore him, you can't miss him. He's got double feature race wins to his credit. This kid has been absolutely on the rails recently, suddenly in this division. You can see this front three here running so competitive. The carburetor, evidently it's working on the 33 of Carter Nickel. We're gonna see some great racing tonight in the 9 horsepower sprinters, which, as we see this battle for the lead shaping up, this division, we can start leaking information for 2025. They're gonna undergo a name change in 2025, believe it or not. They're currently called the Home Hardware 9 horsepower sprinters. By next year, they're gonna be called the Home Hardware Outlaw Sprinters. So this will be the new division. These will be the Outlaw Sprints by next season.
And we've got a lead change, Keegan Lamont to the top spot. But look no further, there's the 33 knocking on the door.
You know, we talk so much in this division about picking out your dancing partner, which sounds like a silly thing to say in racing, but so often as these 9 horsepower sprinters are out there on the track, we do see lead change, trouble on the front straightaway. The 13 of Ray Janice Jr. Still green on the track here. But there's our caution. I don't know if we'll have caught the... Oh, we did catch the replay on it here. Adrian with the quick trigger. Good job. Just all by his lonesome back there, eh? We'll see. That's amazing. Adrian, on the camera, hasn't filmed a race since the first of the season. Comes back out, hits the first replay of the night. Gets both of it. A double camera replay, Adrian. Okay. Our training program pays off. Cool. Adrian, can we just see, I just want to see the camera 2. Can you just go camera 2? Instant replay, there it is. I just want to see, so he comes through there, he's running third, top of your screen, just gets way up, almost like he gets up in the marbles up there a little bit.
It was almost like he was trying to push a little bit harder through turns 3 and 4. Just kind of skips up the track there and just goes around on his lonesome.
Doesn't touch the wall. But when we say the marbles, when we talk about the marbles up there, there's not, people watching don't know racing sometimes. We're not talking about literal marbles. We don't go out there and place marbles on the track. But what it is at the top of the track, that's where any stones, any dirt, even little pieces of metal from that have fallen off stuff, pieces of tire even, all kind of collect at the top of these racetracks. We call that the marbles. You get up there and it's a little bit gravelly up there.
Just before that caution, we were talking about picking our dancing partners. I think in this class so far this season, I think that the best back and forth, lap after lap that I personally have seen was Keegan Lamont and Gareth McLean.
Well, and you don't see racing like this anywhere else. Look at these guys coming off of turn 4. Again, you can throw a blanket over there. Keegan Lamont, side by side at the stripe. I couldn't even, it would have been Nickel at the line there if that had been the checker according to timing and scoring. But look down the back stretch, the black 90. Keegan Lamont gets back out front. 2 drivers knocking on the door. The 13 of Ray Janice Jr. He's got places to be and people to see because he makes his way up to second. They get themselves single file for the moment. They've got a lap and a half to go here down the back straightaway. Keegan Lamont, black number 90, your leader. 13, Ray Janice Jr. in second. White flag flies. Your points leader falls to third. And the final battle down the back straightaway. We'll see if the 13 of Janice Jr.'s got anything for this very fast black number 90. Down the front straightaway we go. Final time, checkered flag for the 90 of Keegan Lamont. 13, Ray Janice Jr., good for second. 33, Carter Nickel. Tough night. Third in that one. That's the 45 of Pauli rolling across the line here. Good to see him back out here, though. We haven't seen much of the 45 this year, and always great to see another driver joining these 9 horsepower sprinters here at the track.
He's going to come and take a photo op of a heat win, and then we're going to go to heat race number 2 of these 9-horse sprint.
And again, they're definitely a favorite here at Grand Bend Speedway. They are back in 2025 next year. You know, they were, well, we'll talk about that in just a flash. Race fans, put your hands together for the 90. Keegan Lamont, your winner here. And you know, they were feeling pretty leaky here at the track today. Leaky sieve, because they did something very, very interesting before the race, Kate, is they handed you and they handed me a copy of the tentative 2026 Grand Bend Speedway schedule. And I said, that's a very dangerous thing to put in my hands before a broadcast. Like, I didn't even want to look at it, because I'm like, if I look at it, I'm going to start talking about it. They said, actually, you can talk about it. And I was like, oh, I don't know. There's some stuff on here that's really new, and it's going to be really interesting. Like, there's some cool stuff here. And they're like, no, you can start talking about it on the broadcast. I don't know if I should. They're like, you should. You should definitely. So throughout the night, we're going to be dropping some little tidbits about the upcoming 2026 racing season. We can say 2 divisions are undergoing name changes, though. Name changes don't mean too much to the fans, but the idea is to try and make more clear the types of cars that are out there on the track. And so, admittedly, I don't know how to say this without sounding mean. It was determined that the name 9 horsepower sprints sounded kind of lame. And I kind of agree. 9 horsepower sprint. It's like, I guess it's descriptive, but just listen to how it rolls off the tongue now. This will be us in 2026. Just stick with me. This is what it would sound like this time next year. Here's your starting lineup for the NASCAR Outlaw Sprinters. Starting from the front row, the 88 of Andrew Rose. See, doesn't it sound better? Outlaw Sprinters. White flag flies here. Andrew Rosecole in the 88. He's out front. The 12 is Gareth McLean. He'll start second. And the 33 BC, that's Mike Beneteau out there on the track tonight. Hasn't ran a whole lot of races this season because new baby at home keeps things busy. But he's on the track here for the season finale. He's got to take the green flag down the front straight. Ew, from the back row, Mike Beneteau hits the line first. We'll see if they call that one back. We'll see what the call's going to be from the stand here. Oh, he's going to give the spot back. Oh, caution's out. Yeah, that was interesting. That was interesting. So he looked to me like he definitely got a heck of a jump there and took the lead. And then down the back straightaway, he knew that he did it. And he was very obviously like trying to give the spot back, which was a very gentlemanly thing to do, because he knew, he's like, there's no way I should have hit that line first.
Especially on the inside. That's the biggest part, is going to the inside ahead of the leaders. That's normally a telltale sign of, oops, I should probably give that back.
Let's try it again. Green flag. Oh, that looks good. Okay, now we go to work. Okay, 88 Andrew Rosecole. Okay, here we go. Now we're racing. Good job, drivers. 33 of Mike Beneteau already looking. And the 12 of Gareth McLean in the green machine up into this party as well. You can see, again, why we love these drivers so much. They're so competitive. They all want to win this thing. And it feels like so many of them, they've got the cart to do it. 88 Andrew Rosecole, your leader. He's doing double duty tonight. You're going to see him again in the Robson Scrap Metal Mini Trucks as the 12 of Gareth McLean now runs second. Running order looks like this. Rosecole in the 88, 33 BC, that's Mike Beneteau. 12 of Gareth McLean running in second, actually. So timing and scoring updates, a little outdated on my page there. We'll have to hit a refresh there. We use a piece of timing and scoring software called Race Monitor. It works great. It's my laptop sometimes. Kate's iPhone does a much better job with Race Monitor. You can get it on all these devices. You can have it on your computer. You can have it on your smartphone.
McLean takes the lead, though, coming out of turn 2. We don't want to miss that part. Down the front stretch, McLean's going to lead this time by Mike Beneteau, looking to the inside of the 88 now. That door was opened by the 12.
Oh, there goes the 88 Rosecole up to the second spot. A little bit of trouble there from the 33 BC, and Beneteau falls to third. Your leader is the 12 of Gareth McLean. Side by side here for second place. The battle continues. As now the 33 BC up to second. 88 Andrew Rose. Cole wants to answer. Oh, for the lead goes the 33 BC. The 12 of McLean left the door open. White flag flies. Final lap. McLean will lead that lap. Anybody's race down the backstretch to 88 of Rose. Cole, though, trying to fight for second place. Through 3 and 4 down the front straight. Benito gives it all he got, but it's not enough. 12 of McLean, 33 Benito, 88 Rose Cole. And that's all we wrote for heat race number 2. I'm sweating. This is it's too early in the night for the 9 horsepower sprints. Going for the win in the Daytona 500 here, but that's every lap at Grand Bend Speedway. It's the final chance to get checkered flag. You want it in your hand. And these drivers just putting it all on the table in heat race competition. I love it. Race fans, put your hands together for the 12. Gareth McLean, your winner.
So with the 33 finishing third, that would make 2 points brought up by the 12 of Gareth McLean going into feature racing for that division.
Pro sprinters up next.
Our NASCAR Ontario Pro Sprints on the track next. The 31K of Brent Kemps is that white and blue at the very front 31. Then you've got the 01 of Logan Chapman. And then the 33 of Adrian Kemps in the black 31 there. Adrian Kemps is currently 29 points ahead of Brent Kemps, his son, going into tonight. This is going to be feature race number 1. We will get to see these pro sprints run again tonight. The Ontario Pro Sprints are a growing division. They stem from our 440 class that we used to run here at Grand Bend Speedway. Brent and Adrian Kemp's definitely trying to bring that class back in full force. Last time they were out, we tried to get Jonathan Van Grinsven just got his Ontario Pro Sprint, trying to get that up and running for this event. Was unable to do so for today, but this is a growing division. There's lots of old 440s out there kicking around. Definitely a nice, fast division that you'd want to join. So if you have any questions, you can contact Grand Bend Speedway by hopping on our website or reach out to Adrian or Brent Kemp, so they'd love to help you out.
And the other cool piece of information that we give, again, leaky on the schedule. They put it in our hands so we can talk about it. The NASCAR Ontario Pro Sprints are on the schedule in 2026. So some people look at, they go, well, they didn't field huge car counts this year. Well, that wasn't really expected this year. The idea was get it on the track, get a proof of concept, see how it looks. It looks awesome. We love it. We loved what we saw at Grand Bend Speedway. And as I look on the schedule, they are classified as one of the local divisions, and they'll be on every regular racing night. So they're going to have a lot of competition next season. And so if you're sitting on those pro sprints wondering, well, are they going to commit to the bit? Schedule's sitting in front of me. We're committing to the bit. 2026 coming up for the NASCAR Ontario Pro Sprints.
And we're letting you know now, so you got lots of time to get that Ontario Pro Sprint ready and out to the track for next season. To join the 3 that are on the track already, we've got a fourth one in the wings for tonight. But this division will continue to grow, and we hope that we can get more and more Ontario Pro Sprints. It's a great division. We used to love it when it was the 440 class here. We used to have a lot of car count then, and it was always one to put on a show, that's for sure. Brent Kemps is currently your leader, followed by Adrian Kemps and Logan Chapman. Brent Kemp's trying to make up a couple points in the night. Halfway to go through this race here. Brent Kemp's currently in the lead. We'll have to see next time by and see if Adrian Kemps is closing the gap with our timing and scoring on Race Monitor. It looks like he has shaved off a tenth of a second, so we'll see if Adrian Kemps is able to catch Brent Kemps. They've got 9 laps to go. Time by. Brent able to keep it the same that time by, so lap after lap we'll have to see. Adrian and Brent both have lots of laps in this kind of vehicle out on this track. Logan Chapman has been doing a great job this season. Watching him grow every single week has been great to watch. And he's pulling up the tail of this field right now, but able to run with them for some laps, and that is a good stepping stone. Just a little bit of seat time in order to grow a little bit more. Adrian Kemps looks like he's closing the gap on the 31K of Brent Kemps.
But the father-son rivalry continues. This week, it's the son out front. Last week, Dad swept both feature races. The son was not very happy about that. That was the vibe I got at Victory Lane. And he was the son, the 31K, who's out front right now, led a bunch of laps in the second feature race. I was like, oh, that'll be nice. Dad wins the first race. Son goes out, wins the second race. Thanksgiving dinner's going to be great. But then Dad just goes out, just like ran into the back of him, past him, and it was a heck of a thing. White flag has flown. Final lap here.
Well, Dad, Adrian Kemps always talks about how...
Oh, Dad almost got him. Can you imagine if he'd done it?
Adrian always talks about how Brent sets up these cars, so I wonder if that was all design.
So Kate's heading on down trackside, catch a interview with the winner. The son takes it tonight.
All right, down here with feature race 1 for the Ontario Pro Sprints goes to Brent Kemps. So what did you do to Dad's car to be faster tonight?
I don't know. Not to say a battle of attrition. We spent a lot of time on his car this week. I know we did this one too, but I like to focus on his stuff. I like to squeeze all the good years of racing he's got left in him out of him. So I like to give him something that he can contend with. And as we cross. It's obviously working what we're doing. This car's, we play around in, let's say, a small box of adjustments every week. If we nail it, it's good. If we're off a little bit, now Dad's going to be all that much closer.
We talk about this being a growing division and how we want to get more. We have looked at the schedule. We're just talking about it, and Ontario Pro Sprints are back on the schedule. So what big things do you see for this division?
I hope we can, by the display that we put on, there's that people are enjoying watching it. There is cars for sale out there. There is people that you might have to rattle their cages a little bit to actually sell their stuff because it's not advertised. But there's cars out there, good cars, real good cars that are available, and we couldn't be more happy to have anybody that wants to join with us come play around every Saturday night.
All right, got some guys on this car that you want to thank?
Yeah, I have to, without question, I have to thank Dad and all their crew got us a hand, Pat and Zach. Without them, we wouldn't be able to even something as simple as get belted in the car without a little bit of help. It's not like a late model or anything like that, where you can set your helmet inside the car and stuff like that and get prepared yourself. So we need all those guys, whether it's checking tire pressure or handing us safety equipment. It's vital. So we got to thank them and all our sponsors, General Metal Products, Performance Unlimited, Wolfworks Motorcycle Machine, Larry Knott Fiberglass Fabrication, and my own business, ASA Custom Fabrication, that makes these cars go fast night after night.
All right, fans, for the third, Brent Kemps.
Now it's time for the Robson Scrap Metal Mini Trucks, first of two feature races. Robson Scrap Metal Mini Trucks also returning to Grand Bend Speedway in the 2026 season. The early reports show what we're going to see from these drivers is two types of races next year. One will be a home track series, just Grand Bend Speedway, but also looking at having a division with a joint points program between this track and Full Throttle Speedway just up the way. A lot of these drivers race at both tracks, and we think we could have a lot of fun doing that program. So they're working really hard to put something like that together. And that's going to be great for the drivers for sure. So our starting lineup looks like this. The 18 of Quinn Gertz, he's your points leader, and starting on the front row tonight. Up on his high side will be the black 18H of Edwin Hyde. We saw him win a heat race in the Pinedale Motor and Junior Sprints earlier tonight. The 11 is Colin Klumper, the blue machine. The black number 4 out of Glencoe is Dylan Graham. The 19 of Caleb Gertz, that's the cousin of the driver on the front row, the silver 19. The 31 is Daniel Collins. It's his first ever Grand Bend Speedway start tonight. He saw the truck for sale on Facebook Marketplace, snapped it up. There it is. We'll see how that goes. Wishing him luck out there tonight. 53 is Nick Thuss. 88, Andrew Rosecole. Green flag flies down the front straightaway. And we're off and running with the mini trucks, sponsored by Robson Scrap Metals. 18 of Quinn Gertz gets out to the early lead, followed by the 18H of Edwin Hyde, 4 of Dylan Graham. The battle, though, between the blue 11, silver 19, and black 53, right in the middle of this pack, just coming off of turn 2. That's the one to watch here. That's your battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th place. The 53 of Nick Thuss had a terrible crash last week, but he's going to look 3 wide there at the start-finish line. Nothing scares these guys as they're pedal to the metal here early on. Just a couple laps into this one here, that battle for 4th. The hot one to watch as the 53 of Nick Thuss trying to get to the inside of the 19. Of Caleb Gertz.
Caleb Gertz making that high side work. Nick Thuss on the inside.
Thuss in that black 53, making a go of it, still side by side. Just ahead of that, you got a battle for 2nd place, though, checking in off of turn 4 here. The 18H of Edwin Hyde and the 4 of Dylan Graham. Graham gave him a bump going into turn 3 last time by. Got right up to his back bumper. Gave him just a little bit of a touch.
And since this is championship night, we should kind of tap into 2nd and 3rd place. So Caleb Gertz and Dylan Graham are only separated by 10 points. So these feature races could make the difference in where they finish in the final championship.
Down into turn 1, we see the 4 of Dylan Graham completes the pass on the 18H of Edwin Hyde. But don't look now, just behind that, the 53 of Nick Thuss enters the picture, and it's a 4-way battle here in the middle of this pack. This is, oh, there goes the 53 of Thuss, fearless to the inside. brings the 19 of Caleb Gertz along for the ride. And still fighting it out here out of turn 2. Wheel to wheel, fender to fender. 19 of Caleb Gertz. This is your third place runner. The 53 of Thus holds the fourth place spot. As they get themselves settled out here for a moment, you sort of catch your breath, at least for just a couple of moments here. But the middle of this pack, just an absolute cage fight. And I do want to check in, though, just coming off of turn 4, this black 31 of Collins, who yields the inside lane now to the 4 of Dylan Graham. This is, I don't want to say a shocker, but it's a bit of a shock when a driver comes out for their first ever race in the truck on the final night of the season. I'm going to say, like, I actually get a little nervous for them in a sense, because if you don't have that experience in the vehicle and you go out there, it's like, well, what's going to happen? He's a lap down, he's falling a lap down, but he looks good. Like, and I know he might not feel that way, but like, he's looking confident in a way that I don't usually see a driver look on their, like, I don't feel like he's hanging on for dear life out there, we'll put it that way. The truck looks stable.
I think the 31 of Daniel Collins picked up a great truck. It's handling well out on the racetrack. I think this driver just might need a little bit more seat time with this vehicle, make a few more adjustments, and he's going to be a contender next
I think that's
season.
always good. Like, this is his first night. Again, he's going, like, you look on TV and you go, well, he's going a lap down to everyone. It's going terrible. I think it's going great in the sense that, again, he's yielding the right of way to the driver. Like, so first off, you learn a lot about a driver. That shows me he's got respect. He goes, I know I'm here on the last night. I'm not going to go crazy out here and try and make everything win the Daytona 500 here on my first night out. He sets himself up. Obviously has a confident setup in the truck in the sense, again, I don't see him sawing up on the wheel and really fighting the vehicle. So whatever setup notes came with the vehicle are obviously working for him. Here comes the leader up on him here. This will be 2 laps down for him. But again, look at him. He just yields the inside. Like, he's got the awareness of what's happening in the race. White flag flies here. Let's get our leader over here in turn 1. Final lap, but awesome showing, I think, for the 31 here, race number 1. Here's your leader on the backstretch.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool that the 31 is running that high side as well. And checker flags in the air for Quinn Gertz, followed by the 4 of Dylan Graham, the 19 of Caleb Gertz, the 53 of Nick Thus, the 18H of Edwin Hyde, the 11 of Colin Klumper, and then that 31 that we were just talking about, Daniel Collins, able to come out in the 7th spot.
But Quinn Gertz, our winner here in race number 1. Well, here's our points leader, the 18 of Quinn Gertz, and the mean green, number 18. Robson Scrap Metal Mini Trucks. Quinn, you and I have chatted a lot this season tonight. It's a bit of a coronation for you, I guess, in some ways here for the championship, but great to start with feature 1 with a checkered flag.
Yeah, we're hoping to just stay in the lead tonight, finish both races. It's looking like a cold night, so just hold on to the truck as best we can.
Who do you want to thank for putting you in the seat this year?
I'd like to thank my Aunt Laura, for coming out every race this year and supporting us. It's her birthday today, so I'd also like to say happy birthday. I'd like to thank Fulton J Financial and my dad for coming out, my mom. Yeah.
That's the 18 of Quinn Gertz, your winner tonight in the Robson Scrap Metal Mini Trucks. We'll see him back out later this evening for feature race number 2. So this is the B main for the junior sprinters up on deck here.
So we've got the 9 of Ethan Lloyd, the 15 of Paxton Bright, the 90 of Paisley Lamont, and the 13 of Camlin Bright out on the track for the B main. Green flag in the air. The 9 of Ethan Lloyd out front, followed by the 90 of Paisley Lamont.
And so when it comes to the 9, or these, I get my sprinters mixed up. These are the junior sprinters, the Pinedale Motor and junior sprints. The purpose of the B main here really is seat time. We talk about that driver development program that we're running here. And one of the things that we find is that especially when drivers, especially if they struggle maybe in their heat races, we want to give them, it's almost like another heat race, really. Another heat race. This is a little longer than the regular 8-lap heat races. Gives them a few extra laps. And again, the idea is we're building our confidence, we're building our ability to run the longer race. We're practicing, really. But it's more than a practice. It is a race, it has a checkered flag at the end of it. We have seen a number of times this year drivers really rising to the occasion in the final laps and finding that confidence and then carrying that confidence into the feature race later on tonight.
And that's the big thing with these younger divisions. Move forward in their racing career, or whether they be moving into a new division here at Grand Bend Speedway. We like to watch them grow. And the 15 of Paxton Bright will go a lap down there from the 9 of Ethan Lloyd, your leader on the backstretch.
90 of Paisley Lamont, the orange machine. That's your second place runner. Again, she was in that crash last week, and you know that was a tough hit for that driver. Apparently, it's a tough driver too, because after getting medical checkup, she's good to go. Back up on track, and away we go. Five laps to go here. 4 laps to go this time by for the 9 of Ethan Lloyd. And then after this, we're going to see one of the final events of the year for our pro cards are up next. And they're cooking up. Oh, trouble here, turn 3. It's the 90 of Paisley Lamont goes around on the high side of turn 3. I was looking down on my papers. We might have caught that on camera too. We might. Adrian, if you caught this, you're a legend. Oh, get ready to see the legend here, because I think we're going to see, there she is. Wow, just the thing just right hooked up. That's a strange occurrence there. And then there's the caution coming out. She was all on her own. Something broke on the cart.
I'm going to say something on that left front. Talk about the fact that that cart was in a wreck last week. It's on that cart and damage left over that just may have broke last minute. So I'm guessing the left front, John. John's gonna head on down there and see if he can get a look at it. Left spindle broke. Messed the pits. The left spindle broke. So John, I got insider information directly from their pit crew. Mom and Dad, letting me know that it was a spindle that broke on the front of that car. And went for a spin there. Great for the 90 of Paisley Lamont. She did a great job. She wanted to be back out in the kart this week. After a tough rollover last week. So we see the 90 there on the back of the flatbed. And that's probably going to retire the 90 of Paisley Lamont for the night. Unfortunate for that driver. So he doubles as a camera guy. John running down and getting us some good footage. Turn for media there.
Green flag flies out there on the track. I scared everybody in the tower here. There was a bee in here, and I threw my binder at the window. Got it. Because Kate's allergic to bees. I learned that tonight, so everything falls to me. The scoring team over here, they're not going to help. They're behind a pane of glass. They're safe. I left the door when I went down to go do the filming for the incident over there in turn 3. I left the door open behind me, so I guess that race director says he's allergic to being scared. I didn't mean to scare you, race director. I just didn't want Kate to get stung by a bee, and nor did I really want to get stung by a bee tonight. It was a wasp, actually. So anyway, white flag flies, final lap. This will be the 6, or the 9 rather, of Ethan Lloyd. And here comes your checker flag for the 9 of Ethan Lloyd. So we'll come on in here and catch a quick word with our winner, Ethan Lloyd, for the B main for the motor in junior sprinters. Helmet pops off here. That part's expensive. Okay, here he comes out of the car. Race fans, put your hands together for the 9 of Ethan Lloyd, your winner. Ethan, congratulations. You having fun in these Pinedale Motor and Junior Sprints this year?
Yeah.
That's great. I think you got some fans in the stands tonight. Who's visiting tonight that's cheering you on?
My cousins, my grandma, and my family.
Right on. Who do you want to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank Hardy Services, Williams Mobile Service, Custom Fluid Power, and Bard Motorsports.
Race fans, put your hands together for the 9. Your winner in the Pinedale Motor in Junior Sprinters. And a few other Junior Sprinters going to come out and just issue a little congratulations. You guys going to get in the photo or what? Maybe the second photo, eh? Quick photo, and then second photo with the pals coming up. Here they come. All right, here's the pals coming in to congratulate. Maxwell was worried he might not be able to start him up, but I said, give it the old. You did. He said he didn't want the story told. He said, no, I did it first try, no problem. That's great. Good to have top supporters, eh? So these are our pro karts. And so they're running their final races of the season here as part of the Saturday program. When we look towards 2026, we saw leaky, things leaking on the schedule, what we're going to be doing with these pro karts. They're an interesting case. So what's going to happen with them, they're going to get bounced out of the Saturday program. The fear of it all. They're getting bounced out of the Saturday program. How terrible. But actually, there's a purpose. There's a rhyme and a reason to what's going on with those. So the pro karts are actually going to run special events in the evenings during the week. That's going to be kind of the new thing with them. So rather than running as part of the Saturday programs that we run here during the summer, they're actually going to shift and be running 3, 4 weeks, some cases 8-week seasons. So we're kind of working on what those are going to look like. But sort of limited run, smaller, 3-week programs, 4-week programs, 5-week programs, just depending on the time of the season and who's enrolled. And again, teaching the drivers the ins and outs of racing here on the oval. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, these are a lot of fun. Once so far this season, well, 2 races on one night.
Well, you won one of them, Kate, as I recall.
Yeah. They're a lot of fun, so I would thoroughly recommend to anybody looking to have some fun on a weekday night
They're a
to
ton
look
of fun.
into what we're going to be doing here at Grand Bend Speedway.
They're a ton of fun to run, especially when you get like, what's the most that we can put out there now? I think it's like 15. We got tons of them in the back. And then what we found was, so the program that we ran during the season here was a long one, right? It was sort of a full season commitment. They're going to start running shorter ones, which I think are going to be really, really neat. And that's what they've started running here in the fall, and they've seen a lot of success with it. So this is sort of, what you're seeing tonight is sort of almost like a remnant of the original program that's already rolled into a new program that's larger and seems to be working really, really well for the drivers. But having lots of fun tonight. The 64 of Andrew Ropnerade, he's out front. It's going to be a coronation with him as the champion. This was like the first time, we've done lots of stuff with the pro karts over the years. This was the first time we tried to run a point system with them. And you learn a lot at a racetrack, like as you're kind of working through the ins and outs of what do fans enjoy, what do drivers enjoy, what kind of program do they want to run, and what kind of program is exciting to watch on a Saturday. And I have a lot of fun with the pro karts. I love driving the pro karts. We love driving the pro karts. And I think that weekday program in the evenings is going to be like one of the biggest hits of 2026 coming out of this track. Looking forward to seeing how that goes with them. Because they're running like a miniature version of it right now. They've got the fall pro kart program. And I'm going to say, we didn't even promote it like crazy. It was sort of a trial run. And they were telling me they got a mess of drivers in that program just with sort of word of mouth. And so when we hit the ground in 2026, we start running, we run the pro karts during the day out here. It's sort of, because Grand Bend, tourist town, what tourist town doesn't have go-karts, right? That's always, you go on vacation, you go up by the beach, you hit the go-karts. And so Grand Bend's got that. We've got them here. These are the same karts we use for that. And so they'll be running those during the day, and then, just with a little more seriousness at night, with a little bit more formalized kind of a competition environment with them.
Junior karts. Brought my daughter out with me as well on the double karts during the week. So a lot of fun, and there's something for the whole family when you come out on a day.
The battle to watch here is in turn 3 right now. We got a pair of these drivers here fighting it out. Get a nice tight shot of these guys here, Adrian. That's going to be the 27 of Jeremy Curtis, the 43 of Olivia Curtis. Two of our regular late model runners. I think we didn't even talk about two of our regular late model runners just locked in an absolute cage fight here at the back. The 43 of Olivia Curtis gives Jeremy the bump. She's bumping him all the way down the back straightaway. Sibling rivalry strikes again. Gives him a shot again in the left rear. They're very stable. The karts are very stable. They can take a little. They don't. When you're out here during the week, they don't like if you push them like that. In the evenings, we're having a lot of fun with it. Look, she's got him again. She's giving him the shot again down the backstretch. Watch in turn 3. She's got the inside lane here. Jeremy's looking over the shoulder.
I think he's leaving that inside open, and
She's punching them in the left rear again. Trying to pull the pit maneuver here, and it's they don't really want to pit each other, but
yeah, he's left that inside open. I think he's playing with her a little bit.
I don't know.
I hope she just drives right by him there on the inside.
She does get up to the inside now. He just pulls away. No, she's still there. Wheel to wheel. You can give each other a high five on the way by. Still wheel to wheel down the back straightaway. Olivia and Jeremy Curtis, the sibling rivalry strikes again. Normal runners in our late model program. And just knocking fenders here down the front, knocking those what do you call those, bumper rails? The safety bumper rails. These cars have safety bumper rails on them. This time by, it'll be 3 laps to go. These guys just a bumping down the front straightaway. And again, final races of the year for the pro karts. They're going to shift to competition in the evenings during the week, and of course, like the public go-karting that happens here. The fun stuff for the kids and families crowd. And also, we see a lot of bachelor parties. We see a lot of bachelorette parties. We see a lot of corporate events actually coming out, because I think we got close to 20 karts now. This is actually, I feel like we're drafting at Daytona here. We're doing the side-by-side. I've mentioned Daytona a lot tonight, but that's kind of what it looks like to me. They're just still side-by-side here down the back straightaway. The sibling rivalry. This is the race.
And both leader.
Ropnarine, he's going to, barring anything unforeseen, he's going to win it. Everybody's eyes are on turns 3 and 4. With 2 laps to go, the 43, that's Olivia Curtis. 27 is Jeremy Curtis. Who are you rooting for, folks? Olivia on the 43 on the inside in the blue cart, or the brother in the 27, Jeremy Curtis? Because the white flag will be coming out for those two this time by. Olivia in the blue. Jeremy in the 27 in the green up high. We'll keep our eyes locked on them here down the front straight. They get the white flag. Final lap for the siblings. Keep it tight on them, Adrian. Our winner's coming to the start-finish line, but we're watching our battle for second and third. The 43 of Olivia Curtis gets out front. Jeremy right there on the back bumper. Bump, bump, bump. Chase it in through turns 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. Give the second place spot to the 43. That's Olivia Curtis. And we'll go on down and we'll chat with Andrew Ropnarine. So here, down here with the 64, Andrew Ropnerine in the 64. So Andrew, they're making some changes, of course, to the Pro Karts for next season, but how much fun did you have ripping around out here? What do they call this one? The orange crate. Is it fun driving the orange crate around here?
Huh?
Is it fun driving the orange crate?
Yeah, it's really fun. Good time.
All right. Well, do you have any fans up on the stands, or are you a solo program here?
No, I got my mom. Thank you for driving me 3 hours every weekend to come here.
That's cool. That's Andrew Ropnerine of the 64. Congratulations, he's our winner. As he was mentioning, you know, some folks come from quite a distance to enjoy the karts out here, and as we shift into next season, we'll shift into next season as they start running these in the evenings during the week. That's going to be really neat to build up a league of drivers who are coming out week in and week out. Kate, I got so confused for just a half second there because I looked up towards turn 3, and I just forget my itinerary sometimes because tonight we're heading into our intermission part of the program here, and so it's the fan appreciation. You'll get to come on down and meet the drivers, snap some pictures with the cars. It's tons of fun. I just momentarily forgot we were doing it, and I looked up and I saw some 9 horsepower sprints. I saw some junior sprints, and I was like, I guess we're just running them all. But no, we're having a fan appreciation. Just give us a few minutes, folks, to get it set up, and then we'll be excited to welcome the fans down to the front straightaway. A reminder during the intermission part of the program here, as we head towards our main event. Let me check my clock. What do we got? I don't even watching the time here, right? So our main event tonight is scheduled for an 8 o'clock p.m. start time. That's how we run it at Grand Bend Speedway. We run our preliminaries, and then once the preliminaries are done, we kick it over to some fan programming usually. Our main events are set for 8 o'clock p.m. tonight. In the meantime, the Outside Groove Diner is open behind turn 2. And if fans can just hold off before they head on down, just until we get everybody stopped and parked for a moment. So just fans, just hold tight for just a moment there until our flagman will give you the go-ahead once we're ready to rock and roll there. But again, 8 o'clock p.m. our scheduled start time for main events. The Outside Groove Diner is open behind turn 2 if you're looking for some hot pizza, sub. They've got ice cream. It's a cool night, but everyone loves ice cream. So that's open at the Outside Groove Diner behind turn 2. It'll take us a few minutes here to get all of our drivers to the front stretch. Once we do, we'll be happy to open things up for the fans, and it'll be Will down there who gives us the go-ahead signal for the driver meet and greet, a chance to get an up-close personal look at some of these race cars, snap some photos, meet the drivers. Lots of fun to be had here at Grand Bend Speedway on a cool September night. But the racing action on the track is going to be awesome here once we get back and running. Again, 8 o'clock p.m., our scheduled start time for our main events. Grand Bend Speedway is proud to be part of the Advance Auto Parts Weekly Series, along with over 50 tracks across North America. Promotional consideration for the NASCAR Advance Auto Parts Weekly Series is also provided by Whalen Engineering and CarQuest. For more information on the NASCAR Advance Auto Parts Weekly Series, visit the Weekly Series section at NASCAR.com. Huron Transfer Service late models bring the thrill of high-intensity late model racing to GBS as the track's top local division in the NASCAR Advance Auto Parts Weekly Series. Cobra tires help keep racing affordable and fair for drivers. Special thanks to Huron Transfer Service for their support, serving Central Huron and surrounding areas. Give them a call at 519-482-1100 to book your next ride. Dock Stater Property Maintenance Bone Stocks provide a low-cost option for getting into full-size racing using cars that are readily available through scrapyards. Dock Stater Property Maintenance provides lawn maintenance, snow and ice control management, for the Oneida Nation of the Thames, Chippewa of the Thames First Nation, Munsee Delaware Nation, Strathroy Caradoc Township, and South London. Robson Scrap Metal Mini Trucks are a classic half-scale division of racing at Grand Bend Speedway. Because of their size, the mini trucks turn Grand Bend Speedway from a short track into a full-throttle super speedway all the way around. A special thanks to Robson Scrap Metal, located on Carling Street in St. Mary's, for their support of the mini trucks. Grand Bend Home Hardware 9-horsepower Sprints are considered the original division of Grand Bend Speedway. Even before the track was expanded, the Sprints were running and providing amazing competition. McLean's Home Hardware is located in Grand Bend, with all you need to make your next home or garden project a success. The Pinedale Motor Inn Junior Sprints are the entry-level division for kids to get involved in racing. Open to drivers up to the age of 14, kids build their experience lap by lap. Pinedale Motor Inn is just a stone's throw away from the beaches of Grand Bend and the paths of Pinery Provincial Park. It's your cozy retreat after a sun-soaked Grand Bend day. For more information on any of these divisions, visit grandbendspeedway.ca. Special thanks to our supporters. Marbolt Fasteners, Strathroy. In a need-it-now world, nothing is worse than not being able to take your soybeans off, not finish a fabrication job, or even finish the bed frame for your family staying the weekend just because of a few bolts you couldn't find in town. With over 10,000 and growing different items in stock, we are your solution. Locally owned and operated, visit marbolt.com. Family owned and operated McCann Ready Mix has ready mix plants located in Mount Carmel, Exeter, Mitchell, and Watford. They offer a wide variety of other services ranging from concrete construction, excavation, aggregates, and drag lining. Marshman Engines has been a longtime supporter of competition at Grand Bend Speedway. Keith Marshman has been a trusted and reliable source for small engine repair, maintenance, and diagnostics. Thank you, Marshman Engines. Located in Exeter, Ontario, Country Corners is a family-run multi-line powersports dealership selling and servicing motorcycles, snowmobiles, ATVs, side-by-sides, e-bikes, tractors, and more. Visit them at countrycorners.net. Special thanks also to CarQuest Auto Parts Park Hill, Home Run Delivery, Lambton Sanitation, Stratford Auto Recycle, Cobra Racing Tires, Action Trailers, and Horton's Lakeshore Enterprises. Thank you also to RCM Racing Equipment, Excalibur Insurance, and Leaf Racewear. Broadcast services for today's race are provided by checkeredflagmedia.com. For a full summer schedule of Grand Bend Speedway events, visit grandbendspeedway.ca. Special thanks to our supporter, MyFM 105.7 Strathroy and 90.5 Exeter. Each day, the teams at MyFM leverage the power of local radio and their local websites to help make a difference in our communities. Find them online at exetertoday.ca and strathroytoday.ca for local community news, events, and contests. You'll find them on the radio dial at 105.7 FM in Strathroy and 90.5 FM in Exeter. For a full schedule of Grand Bend Speedway events, visit grandbendspeedway.ca. All new at Grand Bend Speedway in 2025 is the Cobra Tire Cup Series, a 5-race series running on selected Sundays throughout the summer, with the season finale being held on a special 1-mile superspeedway course behind the traditional Grand Bend quarter mile. Visit grandbendspeedway.ca for more details. Grand Bend family go-karts are open daily at Grand Bend Speedway. Bring your family or bring your friends and take to the track this summer. No visit to the Grand Bend area is complete without a visit to Grand Bend Speedway family go-karts. The Outside Groove Diner food court is open daily with Grand Bend Speedway family go-karts and at all Grand Bend Speedway racing events. Enjoy hard-serve ice cream, subs, pizza, nachos, and more. Featuring a great view of the pits on race night and a live broadcast of the evening's races, be sure to stop by the Outside Groove Diner anytime you're at the track. For a full schedule of events, visit grandbendspeedway.ca. Grand Bend Speedway is proud to be part of the Advance Auto Parts Weekly Series, along with over 50 tracks across North America. Promotional consideration for the NASCAR Advance Auto Parts Weekly Series is also provided by Whalen Engineering and CarQuest. For more information on the NASCAR Advance Auto Parts Weekly Series, visit the Weekly Series section at NASCAR.com. Huron Transfer Service late models bring the thrill of high-intensity late model racing to GBS as the track's top local division in the NASCAR Advance Auto Parts Weekly Series. Cobra tires help keep racing affordable and fair for drivers. Special thanks to Huron Transfer Service for their support, serving Central Huron and surrounding areas. Give them a call at 519-482-1100 to book your next ride. Dockstader Property Maintenance Bone Stocks provide a low-cost option for getting into full-size racing using cars that are readily available through scrapyards. Dockstader Property Maintenance provides lawn maintenance, snow, and ice control management for the Oneida Nation of the Thames, Chippewa of the Thames First Nation, Munsee Delaware Nation, Strathroy Caradoc Township, and South London. Robson Scrap Metal Mini Trucks are a classic half-scale division of racing at Grand Bend Speedway. Because of their size, the mini trucks turn Grand Bend Speedway from a short track into a full-throttle super speedway all the way around. A special thanks to Robson Scrap Metal, located on Carling Street in St. Mary's, for their support of the mini trucks. Grand Bend Home Hardware 9-horsepower Sprints are considered the original division of Grand Bend Speedway. Even before the track was expanded, the Sprints were running and providing amazing competition. McLean's Home Hardware is located in Grand Bend, with all you need to make your next home or garden project a success. The Pinedale Motor Inn Junior Sprints are the entry-level division for kids to get involved in racing. Open to drivers up to the age of 14, kids build their experience lap by lap. Pinedale Motor Inn is just a stone's throw away from the beaches of Grand Bend and the paths of Pinery Provincial Park. It's your cozy retreat after a sun-soaked Grand Bend day. For more information on any of these divisions, visit grandbendspeedway.ca. Special thanks to our supporters. Marbolt Fasteners, Strathroy. In a need-it-now world, nothing is worse than not being able to take your soybeans off, not finish a fabrication job, or even finish the bed frame for your family staying the weekend just because of a few bolts you couldn't find in town. With over 10,000 and growing different items in stock, we are your solution. Locally owned and operated, visit marbolt.com. Family owned and operated McCann Ready Mix has ready mix plants located in Mount Carmel, Exeter, Mitchell, and Watford. They offer a wide variety of other services ranging from concrete construction, excavation, aggregates, and drag lining. Marshman Engines has been a longtime supporter of competition at Grand Bend Speedway. Keith Marshman has been a trusted and reliable source for small engine repair, maintenance, and diagnostics. Thank you, Marshman Engines. Located in Exeter, Ontario, Country Corners is a family-run multi-line powersports dealership selling and servicing motorcycles, snowmobiles, ATVs, side-by-sides, e-bikes, tractors, and more. Visit them at countrycorners.net. Special thanks also to CarQuest Auto Parts Park Hill, Home Run Delivery, Lambton Sanitation, Stratford Auto Recycle, Cobra Racing Tires, Action Trailers, and Horton's Lakeshore Enterprises. Thank you also to RCM Racing Equipment, Excalibur Insurance, and Leaf Racewear. Broadcast services for today's race are provided by checkeredflagmedia.com. For a full summer schedule of Grand Bend Speedway events, visit grandbendspeedway.ca. Special thanks to our supporter, MyFM 105.7 Strathroy and 90.5 Exeter. Each day, the teams at MyFM leverage the power of local radio and their local websites to help make a difference in our communities. Find them online at exetertoday.ca and strathroytoday.ca for local community news, events, and contests. You'll find them on the radio dial at 105.7 FM in Strathroy and 90.5 FM in Exeter. For a full schedule of Grand Bend Speedway events, visit grandbendspeedway.ca. All new at Grand Bend Speedway in 2025 is the Cobra Tire Cup Series, a 5-race series running on selected Sundays throughout the summer, with the season finale being held on a special 1-mile super speedway course behind the traditional Grand Bend quarter mile. Visit grandbendspeedway.ca for more details. Grand Bend family go-karts are open daily at Grand Bend Speedway. Bring your family or bring your friends and take to the track this summer. No visit to the Grand Bend area is complete without a visit to Grand Bend Speedway family go-karts. The Outside Groove Diner food court is open daily with Grand Bend Speedway family go-karts and at all Grand Bend Speedway racing events. Enjoy hard-serve ice cream, subs, pizza, nachos, and more. Featuring a great view of the pits on race night and a live broadcast of the evening's races, be sure to stop by the Outside Groove Diner anytime you're at the track. For a full schedule of events, visit grandbendspeedway.ca.
Turn them loose. The whole race, just let them go at it out here. What if I put my GPS collar and they kept them inside? They'll avoid a race car, they'll be fine. These ones aren't that bad.
Hey, Gary, as one of the pro sprints gets a dog through the cage.
Nah.
Down here with the two of the junior sprints, Blake Watson currently second in points. Looks like that's probably where we're going to end up finishing this year. What is it going to take to beat Edwin Hyde in this feature?
Just going to follow my line, hoping for restarts, good restarts. You never know what can happen in a race, so just keep our hopes up high and finish the race in first place.
Now, who do you have that you want to thank on this two machine?
I want to thank my mom, my dad, my grandma, my grandpa, my cousins, my uncle for coming out tonight, Colin Klumper for helping me out, Any Electric, Dave Simmons Automotive, and the fans for coming out tonight.
Awesome. That's the two of Blake Watson. All right, we're down here with the 85 junior sprint. Tell everybody who you are.
My name is Ryan Clark, and I'm from Strathroy.
So he's a Strathroy driver. How many races have you done so far this season?
Maybe about 6.
So with this being your 6th race here tonight, how do you think that the kart's handling so far?
Pretty good. We did some changes throughout, and it's been pretty good.
Are you excited for the feature race?
Yeah, I'm going to try to get a podium tonight. That'd be really awesome.
So he's looking for a top 3 finish in the 85 machine. Good luck tonight. Here with the 11 mini truck driver of Colin Klumper. So far, how's the night going so far?
You get it too loose or way too tight.
So looking for the in-between for this feature race, number 2?
Yeah.
Rick in behind us, Rick Gertz. So you had a good first feature race, got to start closer to the front. How did that feel a little bit different from normal?
A lot different.
Was it a lot more intimidating being at the front, or did you just kind of try to drive your line and run the same way?
More intimidating.
So for the second heat race, or feature race, where do you think you're starting?
Middle of the pack, just on the outside.
So what's the plan?
Keep it straight.
All right, he's going to try and keep it straight for the feature race number 2. That's the 11 of Colin Klumper. John, we don't have to pick victims tonight. We keep getting volunteers. So I'm down here with the 98 of Bryson Fuller in the junior sprints. So far, how is it running tonight?
It's running better than it was last week. I had no power going through the corners, and yeah.
So how much work did it take if you had no power last week and it's working a little bit better now? How much did you have to work on this vehicle?
We had to do quite a bit, and yeah.
So you're all ready for feature racing tonight?
Yep.
All right. Looking to see the 98 move his way to the front in Bryson Fuller. I love that the junior sprints used to run from us, and now they're all volunteering to do an interview. So that's a step in the right direction. It only took us all season, but that's okay. So we're with the 6 of Alexis Eaton. So far, it looked really strong on the high side tonight. Was that the plan, or you just had to go where Edwin would let you go?
Just go wherever my cart leads me, just getting into the race. And yeah.
So starting in this feature race, what's the plan to end up in the top 3?
Just drive the car and just hope we get a position.
Well, that's an awesome idea. Is there anybody you want to thank?
Extreme Metalworks, NTN, and my parents and the track for letting me race here.
Awesome. Well, that's a 6 of Alexis Eaton. All right, we're here with the 33 of Carter Nickel. We couldn't do an interview earlier because we were having some issues. What did it take to get this cart out for heat races?
Well, we had to redo the carburetor and some throttle work on it because we went out and I'm going out onto the chute to get out there and I'm like, man, my throttle ain't returning when I'm like getting off of it, so this ain't good. And then I went out for practice, went to hit full throttle and whip around this place like a bald eagle, and all of a sudden went power down and the thing just stopped, so had to redo all that, but she's ready to go. We went out for the heat and the thing's just a rocket ship. So hopefully we can go here, get one last race in, get a win, and hopefully a championship.
So the throttle, from what I'm hearing, is just staying flat on the floor, wasn't lifting, so had to probably respring that?
Well, actually all it was is we just needed to re-lubricate it, and it's perfect now.
Well, I'm glad that it's perfect. It's championship night, and you're at the top of the board. So you're hoping to chase that championship, just have to start and finish, or you're just going to go for the win straight off the bat?
Well, we want to bring it home in one piece because old man Mike Beneteau might get a little upsetty with me. But I mean, if the cards are in our hands, we can get a win. That'd be great.
All right, keeping Mike Beneteau happy, and I think Mike's behind me. So maybe we'll just chat with Mike. Connor said he better keep it in one piece or somebody might get a little frustrated with him, and I asked him if he was going for the win. What is this 33 going to do to try and overtake that one?
I don't think he has a chance, that's all I'm going to say.
Man, a few words on that one. He didn't have a chance. Mike's coming for him. We've chatted with both 33 drivers. I'm gonna head on down here to the 90 of Keegan Lamont. He's got 2 feature races in the 9-horse so far. Oh, got to stand up. What are you going to take in order to put this back in victory lane?
Hard driving and just drive my ass off to get up there and stay up there.
Well, he's going to drive hard to try and get up there. Had to do a little bit of work to the car. So how does it feel so far tonight?
Feels good. We had a little problems during practice. We got them fixed, so now let's hope it stays running right.
Keegan and I had a little chat, and he just wants to keep driving this hard and use some of the confidence that he's built so far this season to get the 90 machine to the front. All right, I got to slide over to junior sprint driver, the 90 of Paisley. Her mom gave me a false report there after the wreck in turn 3. So it wasn't the spindle. Tell us what it was.
It was the key, the kingpin. It came up and it flew and it hit me right in the legs, and I noticed it straight away. So I hit my brakes, and gradually I'm so happy I did not hit the wall. And at least we know that my brakes are really good.
All right, so she's got good brakes. The kingpin's back in order. We're going to keep all 4 wheels on the pavement tonight, young lady. All right, that's a 90 of Paisley Lamont. John's got some good footage of our junior sprint drivers and what it takes to get them geared up, getting into their cars for a feature race for these junior sprints. It is a multi-person task to get them ready.
Just going to get these drivers lined up on the front stretch before we get the second part of our night started here at Grand Bend Speedway. All right, fans, as we get ready to enter into our second part of the evening, if you could please stand if you are able and remove your racing caps and join us in the national anthem. Again, race fans, welcome to Grand Speedway. Into the second part of our evening. We have the junior sprints on the front stretch. They are ready to rock and roll here. Earlier in the evening, we saw them in heat races, and we are interested to see them in their feature, and they're rolling. They did have to have a pull start, so that's why some of them were already started, and we are getting the rest of the field here going. All right, they're all off and rolling. Our junior sprints are our youngest class of drivers. They're the Pinedale Motor Inn Junior Sprints. Take a look here at our running order. We have the 6X of Maxwell Lloyd, sorry. And then we've got the 18H of Edwin Hyde, the 2 of Blake Watson, the 98 of Bryson Fuller, the 6 of Alexis Eaton, the 85 of Ryan Clark, the 10X of Maxim Desat, the 75 of Killian Collins, the 39 of Landon Moore, the 9 of Ethan Lloyd, the 13 of Camlin Bright, 15 Paxton Bright, and the 90 of Paisley Lamont. That'll be our junior sprint field. You should be getting the double up here shortly, and then we'll get underway with the junior sprints.
We've had a lot of fun with these junior sprints this season. Drivers were just so excited to have you folks down on the front straightaway chatting with them during the, just as we were heading towards our main event. And they're going to be seeing the white flag this time by with 1 lap before we get to go at it here for the final junior sprint race of the 2025 racing season. Sponsored by Pinedale Motor Inn. This Division 2 gets a new name next year according to the 2026 schedule. So by this time next year, we're going to be calling the junior sprints will be rebranded as the Youth Micro Sprints, which sort of explains a little bit more about what they are. So the Youth Micro Sprint, sponsored by Pinedale Motor Inn, positioning themselves as this awesome driver development program. And so now down the front straightaway, the Pinedale Motor Inn Junior Sprints take the final green flag, initial green flag of the season, and we're underway. Pedal to the metal, and they're fighting trouble in turn 2. Caution. Sadly, we didn't get all that far for the Pinedale Motor Inn Junior Sprints, but I kind of had a sense that might, I don't know, Kate, you sometimes get a feeling when you're down trackside. And when I was down there, the anticipation was just really, really high down there from the drivers. It really did feel like the starting grid at like a major race, which for the kids, it is a major race, right? You and I used to race in the Junior Racing League program out at Delaware, and you on the traveling series and the trucks. And again, whether it's a local race or whether it's a big race, your heart gets pounding beforehand and away you go.
Yeah, there's nothing like those butterflies in your stomach before a big race. It looks like they're going to go red flag here, John. And we did talk about it kind of on the front stretch. We talked about how some of these drivers used to shy away from us at the beginning of the year, but everybody had their hand up going, Kate, come talk to me.
Everybody wants to be a TV star now. Well, it started with Hat Cam. Remember we had Hat Cam going on? And then Hat Cam became the Handy Cam. That now comes around with me. It's got the belt pack, and we can go out. And so I'll head down to the track here in a moment to see what's going on. But and so suddenly, once it stopped being Hat Cam and became Handy Cam, it's like, oh, it kind of looks like it looks like the starting grid at like a major televised race. And so the junior, but they're also still kids. I don't know if did you see how many bunny ears were being put on people while they were interviewing?
I even saw some adults putting bunny ears on people, so let's not chalk that up to just the junior sprints.
It wasn't zero, and it wasn't all kids. We'll put it that way. It wasn't none. There wasn't no bunny ears. Adrian, Cam 3, I'm going to head down with that there. Oh, actually, they're cleaning this thing up in a hurry. I don't think I'm going to make it. That's one thing I have noticed this year. Safety crew's gotten really zippy. Because it used to be you kind of go, this is, I think, one of the really cool things that has been developing at Grand Bend Speedway in recent years is building up the competence and confidence of the safety crew. And so, like, I'm used to sort of, you go red flag and like, extended cleanup. But here, I don't think I was going to make it down there in time because already the safety crews got one loaded off, ATV's up moving the other one. So we might be back out of here quite a bit quicker because I don't think I can make it all the way to turn 2. Yeah, they've already got that one straightened around. So actually,
I guess we're going to have some off-season training that we need to do ourselves in order to get speedy quick to get over there if the safety crew is going to remain being this fast.
If they're going to be that fast, I got to run. Red flag, I got to run to the scene of the accident. That's the only way that I'm going to get there in time.
So John's going to conditioning in his sprints for the junior sprints this season.
I've had more on-track action as an announcer this season at this track than at any time in my racing career, because I usually have kind of a policy of non-interference. But I had to interfere twice in the race program this year. Once was when I inadvertently extended a caution by throwing a prize, a koozie cup, I accidentally threw onto the front straightaway. The wind caught it and extended the yellow during one of the Cobra Cup events. So that was definitely a career highlight for me. To be clear, the yellow was already out. They were still working on the lineup, and so I don't know if it really extended the caution, but it was
at least it wasn't green flag. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
one.
it wasn't during, and I would never throw prizes during green flag because green flag is exciting. But anyway, it was a little koozie.
Well, and everybody should always remain watching the Speedway.
That's right.
During green flag, because we never know what could happen at a racetrack.
You don't want people throwing prizes at you during green flag. So anyway, it was under caution. I threw it. Chris Soares was making fun of me. He said, "You're not throwing it hard enough," and so I threw it like a boomerang, but then the wind caught it, and so that was one thing. And then the other one was wild. I don't know if you were here this day, but I was going down trackside for a victory lane for the junior sprints of all things. And I kind of heard the crowd make kind of like a funny noise, like a ooh, like that, like, ooh. And I was like, "God, did I trip on something?" And I look over, and there's a junior sprint, like upside down over in turn 1 from the cool down lap somehow. And it was a slow speed roll. But I kind of looked around, and I was like, I realized I wear my official shirt, so I am technically an official, even though I'm also an announcer. I guess I'm also an official. And I realized, I was like, oh, I'm actually the closest official to this wreck. I'm the responding official. And so I ran over, and I was the first official on the scene. Driver was obviously okay, because it was very, very gentle roll, like slow speed roll. But anyway, that's twice. But you watch the replay, I ran. I felt like I was in the Olympics. And the funniest part, though, when I was running, I think this was the strangest part. I didn't tell Chris this, but I told my wife Elizabeth about this, though, and we went back and watched it, and I think she agreed. When I was running to that accident scene, I felt like I was in the Olympics. And I was like, I must look really cool right now. I was like, when I go back and watch that tape, it's going to be like, wow, who's that official? That guy really knows how to respond to an accident. And when I went back and just watched the tape, like I was responding fast, but I don't know what I looked like, but it wasn't an Olympic runner. And I don't think it looked cool. I think it looked more frantic than anything. And so anyway, it was, I just thought, I was like, wow, that's going to make the highlight reel. And then I realized I make the highlight reel, and I'm going to leave that one out. So it's not going to make the highlight reel.
Sometimes we do things and we think, oh, well, it probably looked cool doing it. Then we watch it back and go,
it still felt, it felt cool.
Hey, I slipped on ice this year, 5 stitches in my elbow at a hockey rink.
That's cool, though.
I thought it was super cool because I fell at center ice, and I'm like, oh, well, like, I went down on my knees the first time, and then I got back up and, like, did the full-blown feet in the air, smashed the elbow. And there was, like, blood droplets. Like, it was a mess. But I was like, oh, it had to look cool. I watched it back because one of the players so generously went on Live Bar and found it for me and sent it to me, and there was nothing cool about it. It did not look like
Kate, there was
those good things.
I wasn't there, but I can tell you there was one cool thing about it.
I got the first stitches of the junior hockey season. That's
cool. But I was gonna say, cool scar. You get a cool scar.
But like it's on your elbow, so it's already wrinkly. So like, do you really see it?
Cool. It's a cool scar. Sometimes somebody will see it. They'll be like, "Where'd you get that scar?" And then you can. I wouldn't encourage you to make up a cool story, but you could tell the story in a cool way, though. You could tell that story and somehow make it, like you said, you start to sell it. First stitches of the junior hockey season. I'm tough as nails. That kind, that kind of thing. I don't know.
Well, those guys.
I've never been a hockey announcer.
Those guys are playing right now at another rink, and I'm pretty sure my blood is still on his gloves in a slight aspect. So, I mean, pretty cool. I'm everywhere they go. I'm everywhere they go.
That doesn't sound cool. That sounds like a health hazard. That's
Well,
very
they cleaned
different.
it, but there's like a stain.
But there's a stain.
So
That's
I did that, I guess.
Okay. Okay, I think it's cool.
Oh, I think the 13's got a chain off, so we're
And
going to
when
need to push over there.
Junior sprints, when it rains, it pours, right? That's how it goes. And you and I have talked about this, about the drive chains, that these are of all the junior sprint cars, really cool. Same as trucks, really cool. The junior late models, right, when they tour in, super cool. But they all have this one core weakness, which is these drive chains. And so the drive chain connects to the sprocket. You sort of imagine, like if you're watching from home, if you're not familiar with how these cars are set up, you actually kind of imagine you're pedaling your bicycle. When you're pedaling, that's kind of like the engine. All right. Now, the catch is this. You sort of imagine the chain falls off your bike. You pedal as hard as you want, but you're not going anywhere. And that's what happens to these junior sprinters sometimes. The chain drops off. And as you can see, like, it can be kind of random. Like they're pacing around under caution. Driver didn't hit anything.
And sometimes, like, the slightest little bump is what takes it off.
But, you
So,
know,
like,
it doesn't have to be that way. And so, and this is like, this is something that the crews work really hard on. There's a sweet spot. You don't want the chain to be too tight because it'll explode. Okay, so that's phase one. So if the chain is on too tight, the chain explodes, and that's really bad because then now you can't even recover the chain, and that's not good. Hopefully you have a backup, but is it sized right? Who even knows? This really worked out for the 98 of Bryson Fuller though, because he just rejoined the race. Couldn't have timed that better for him. But the other way, if they're too loose, they drop off. Right? So if you want it just tight enough, it's sort of the Goldilocks zone. Not too tight, not too loose, just right. And that's really hard to hit on these karts. They have a little adjustment. They can move the engine forward or backward. You can add links to the chain or remove links from the chain. Those are sort of the two ways that you can play with it. But what you find, and what's annoying and frustrating as a driver, it's like I remember Junior Racing League as a kid. Like you go out 1 week, you're racing real strong, you know, maybe even top 5 or whatever. You drop your drive chain. And it's more devastating than it sounds because, like, well, you go back, you put the drive chain back on. It's like, if you don't get it sorted out, like next week you're going to drop the drive chain again. And like as a kid, you get whatever 12 races a summer. It's like you don't want to burn 2 or 3 of them on a drive chain. It's awful.
well, and some people who may be familiar with the drive chain and these junior sprints might say, well, do they all have the guards, the chain guard?
But the chain, like,
but it can still hop over that.
Oh yeah,
Sometimes it'll jump and it'll come right off, or it'll chew up, unfortunately, the whole gear that you had on there.
And I never ran a chain guard. I always thought of the chain guard sort of like as training wheels a little bit, because it actually, there's a scientific explanation behind it. But the rotational momentum, like you don't want to add more things to the sprocket. It just is not good.
I'm going to give you a spoiler. We always ran a chain guard.
And how many drive chains did you drop?
Maybe like 4 or 5.
You see, in my career, I think I only dropped like 3.
But I mean, we're talking like.
I guess you're.
I think we probably ran
you raced
between
longer than I did. So
these guys between the junior late model class and the truck. Probably ran about 15 years. So.
Let's wind them up here. Green flag drops on the junior sprinters, and we're back at it once again. Down the back straightaway, the 6X of Maxwell Lloyd is going to be the driver who's out front in this one. Facing early challenges from the 18H of Edwin Hyde. These two drivers through turns 1 and 2 locked in a pitched battle side by side down the back straightaway. The fight is on. The 2 of Blake Watson wants to join. As down the front straightaway, these two drivers fight it out. Caution, caution, red flag on the speedway. We got trouble somewhere. And something is there's something.
They're in the infield.
So we have red flag on the speedway. Something happened there in the infield. And so a junior sprint, a hard hit, something on the back straightaway here.
Great response by track officials, getting that red flag out super quick, and everybody responding.
And so we're working to find out which driver that is back there. Safety crew's down there. It sounded like it might have been a pretty hard hit because they got all the safety crews scrambled right down there.
I'm going to say it's going to be a hit or a roll at this point.
Well, there is a metal barrier down there to protect a driver from going down. There's kind of like a drainage area down there. But yeah, the crew's down there. They're chatting with the driver. We're going to find out who that is. You sort of figure out who's missing.
So it's Bryson Fuller.
It's a 98 car. Yeah, so 98 car, Bryson Fuller. That's the incident car. It took us a bit to figure out who it was, actually, because that's a weird spot for a crash. Oh, we just got across the radio. That's the good news you want to hear. Driver is okay back there. Give him a round of applause. 98 Bryson Fuller. He's all right down there. We were a little concerned, you and I, Kate, up here, and we're the last to know the news. Right? So officials knew for a bit longer than we did, and then we pass it on to you folks as soon as we know. There was a moment of concern, especially with the junior sprints. We're always like really keyed into safety with the kids, and I think the biggest concern was whatever happened back there. It was a weird spot for a crash. We don't usually see an inside barrier crash on the back straightaway, and so if I can speculate just a little bit, obviously coming off of turn 2, he could have, I don't know if he hit the wall up there or whatever, but comes down across the inside. If he hit that inside barrier, it would have been a weird spot for a hit. And whenever you see that as an official, if a vehicle hits at a strange angle, right away you're sort of like, you're kind of like, this is not where we want to be. And so that's why you saw the snap red flag, because they said, looked like he hit it pretty hard in a strange spot, in a spot that wasn't even really visible to us from the tower because of the way the plants are back there.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, John. It's almost like an invisible spot for us, so that's what causes more concern on this side is we can't really see what's happening, and we want to make sure that everybody is safe, especially these junior sprints. These are kids racing, and we always want to make sure that they are safe and they are good and they are alert and they're open.
Well, this is it, because the kids sometimes also it's hard to communicate with them, right? So whereas you don't want to say a driver walks it off. That sounds like because we take concussion stuff super serious at the track. But an older driver is a little more experienced and knows what a hit feels like. And so they have a bit of a sense right away whether they've hit it a ton or whether they've hit it a little, and can decide how they want to proceed, if they're going to stay in the car or get out of the car. The kids don't have that. They don't know. And so when the kids hit something hard, it's actually up to us. It's up to the grown-ups to decide how hard they hit it and to tell them whether to stay in the car or not. And so this time they said, whatever it was, they said they rushed out there because they wanted him to stay in the car so they could talk to him, because he did whatever he hit. He must have hit it hard enough that the officials were definitely like, you hit it. But looks like they're loading the vehicle up. They said they were talking to the driver, awake, alert, all good. Like everything's good down there, but and they're actually other officials have gone to work getting things in order. I'm going to run down there, Kate, with Cam 3 and see if we can get a look at what happened. Oh no, they're already pulling off. See, safety crew's so darn fast. Adrian, you can get a zoomed in look at that vehicle now, though, and we'll see if you get a real tight shot on that car. Let's see if we can see what happened. Everything's where it's supposed to be. I don't see evidence of a roll because the top fins would be flagged in. So, okay. Well, that's that.
And it looks like on the backstretch, we have our race director out there just getting everybody in line. Looks like starter Will is down doing
the hard
full
work.
Starts on some vehicles. We've got safety crew on ATVs going around, starting some of the other vehicles, just trying to get the lineup in order.
Yeah, so we'll stay live with you
everybody-
here. The folks from home, we've got some interviews that were recorded during the pre-race for a bunch of the divisions that we want. We figured we get cautions, throughout the night. And so I'll take care of that, Adrian. I'm gonna get that activated on my end here. And we'll be, for the folks at home, we'll be right back. And for the folks who are here, we'll be back in like literally 2 seconds. Down here in the pits with the number 13, Ray Janice Jr. in the McLean's Home Hardware 9 horsepower sprints. Ray, I just snuck up on you and you were working hard on your fuel pump down here. What's going on?
Oh yeah, the fuel pump was, one of the zip ties broke on it here. The fuel line was rubbing, so we're just going to turn the fuel line so if it breaks again, it rubs in a different spot and not all the way through, and put a new zip tie in there.
Now, originally I was supposed to be down here interviewing Carter Nickel. Over here, the crew is thrashing. They say they've got a broken carburetor, so I'm chatting with you about how your season's gone so far. You look like you've been having a lot of fun out here in this 9 horsepower sprint.
Oh yeah, we've been having all kinds of fun. One wreck this year, that's not too bad, but what really hurt me was missing a race. But we've made a major comeback with a few wins, lots of podium finishes.
And so as we now head towards the final night of competition, what do you think your outlook is for maybe taking a win tonight?
Pardon me?
Think you can take a win tonight?
We're going to try our best. Hopefully the kart's fast. The kart's been fast past couple weeks. Just got to make the right moves in the race.
That's Ray Janice Jr. in the number 13 here for the McLean's Home Hardware 9 horsepower sprints. We were originally down here to chat with the 33 of Carter Nickel, but the crew is working extremely hard. Carburetor problems on the 33. We'll see how that shakes out come feature race time tonight. Heats and feature race tonight for the McLean's Home Hardware 9 horsepower sprints. Awesome division, awesome series here at Grand Bend Speedway, and perhaps some challenges tonight for the 33 of Carter Nickel as he heads towards what could be his second NASCAR championship after winning the Bone Stock Championship last year. Switched over here to the 9 horsepower sprints this season. Had a lot of fun, a lot of success. But here tonight, he's going to have to work for it here. But the hard work looks like it's going to be in the pits.
I don't know. I'll have to find out. But she's on the phone, I think, to the pits.
Okay.
So we're going to hold off on that.
All right. I just find sometimes when we give the ice cream to the parents, they're so selfless. They give. Because I would have gave her a second. If she was going to give it to a kid, I'd give her a second one. It's like, this one's for you. This one is for you. We got the junior sprints up and rolling again here. After a quick snap red flag there. Got everything all cleaned up. Everybody's all right. That's a good news story. But again, it's been an action-packed, Kate, one of the things you and I talk about is, especially with like junior sprinters, like any of the kids programs, and at Grand Bend, this is our kids program, the junior sprints. Like when it comes down to like final night stuff, the kids actually, they're doing great. They've been doing great all season long. But like I remember when we were kids and we were racing and like, no, I'm not exaggerating. Like when we were at Delaware doing junior racing league, if it was final night, I was always like, oh, someone's gonna crash. It was always, and it was the intensity of that final night. It's not that there's like a crazy tight points battle. That doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is at the start of the season, there was a certain number of checkered flags available. And if I haven't had one in my hand yet, it's my last chance to get it. And everybody wants this thing, and they're all chasing it. And that's the passion of racing. But the kids, they just go to they go so hard every lap. And so I guess we'll see here. We're going to throw the green flag again and see one more time. Green flag flies, junior sprinters. Fighting it out up front again, right where we left off. The 6X of Maxwell Lloyd out front. The 2 of Blake Watson. We said she'd be in contention. Here she is. She'll lead that lap at the stripe.
Blake Watson gets a huge run coming out of turn 2. She's able to put a little bit of space, but that means nothing in the junior sprints because anything can happen. Also, John, I just want to give you the update. Bryson's mom was talking to Bryson in the pits, so that is great news. He's okay, and he's down in the pits and was able to call mom. So
that's awesome.
Anybody at home that was watching Bryson Fuller, he's good to.
And he'll probably get that ice cream you gave away too. Right? That's how that goes. The two of Blake Watson and the purple machine down the back straightaway. Your leader. Second place battle though. There goes the 18H of Edwin Hyde. Just got around the 6X of Maxwell Lloyd. The blue number 6 of Alexis Eaton right in that group as well. This is your battle to watch here. Just going into turn 1. The 18H of Edwin Hyde, 6X Maxwell Lloyd, blue number 6 of Alexis Eaton. A three-way fight for second, third, and fourth. The purple number 2 out front, looking great.
She's looking great, but she also just ran her fastest lap time of this race so far. That's what she wants to do, keep ticking lap after lap. And she wanted to bring home one more checkered, even though it looks like the 6X is on the outside. Maxwell Lloyd to the outside of Edwin Hyde.
Hyde trying to make a run on him here. Fighting it out. And again, this three-way fight for second, third, and fourth is the one to watch, and it's music to the two of Blake Watson's ears. You know, she's been trying to get that second checkered flag this year, and this is exactly what she would want to see happening here now with 12 laps to go in the junior sprint, 11 laps rather, in the junior sprint feature race. Drivers just making absolute tracks around this speedway. With the 6X of Maxwell Lloyd running second. The 2 of Blake Watson is your leader. She's working her way through traffic ahead of this group. Let's check in with her. Let's check in how that traffic is going. There's the purple number 2 of Blake Watson up on the high side of the 75 of Killian Collins. And you can see just the impressive gap between her and the other group. Let's check in with that other group. They're just going into turn 1 right now. You can spot them easily because the blue number 6 of Alexis Eaton stands out. There's your battle for second, though. The 18H of Edwin Hyde and the 6X of Maxwell Lloyd. Caution on the speedway.
Turn 4,
And
there's a car around.
Yeah. Let's see if our Cam 2 caught that. What happened over there exactly. Yeah, Adrian's got it. Let's have a looky. And it's going to be a solo spin. Yeah, right in front of the leader. Oh, watch that again. We'll see if Adrian can slow that down for us. Yeah, his slow it right there. There we go. So you can see the white machine there, but the car behind it, the purple too, that was the leader. Eyes wide on that one. Now, part of what can be happening there is, and we'll watch it one more time, I think, here. So just watch the top right side of your screen, nice and slow here. So the white machine there, the leader's just behind the driver. And around it goes, the leader goes to the high side. Definitely an eyes wide moment for the 2 of Blake Watson. Who was the spinning car, though? I lost him. It's on the backstretch here. It's Maxim Desat. Maxim Desat. The 10X drops to the rear of that one. So an action-packed junior sprint race, and this is like, for the 2 of Blake Watson. Not a good yellow at all. Not the caution she wanted to see.
No, she had a great gap so far in this race and just gets...
Well, she was making tracks through traffic too. She hit the traffic perfectly. She opened up the lead even more. And it's like, in a junior sprint race, you know, you can't, like sometimes these drivers, they just run caution free. So you don't know the caution's coming necessarily. So Blake Watson was building up quite the cushion there, and there's a real sense that you might be able to use it, especially if the driver's behind you, if the car starts to come to them a little bit, and maybe you start falling off. It's a cool night out here at Grand Bend Speedway. You know, it's not the same racetrack we started the night on. You know, it looks the same, but as the track temperatures drop here, the handling characteristics on the race cars definitely change. And so the handling might not be the same for the 2 of Blake Watson. You open up that gap, and you hope, even if the car starts to get away from you and the car comes to the next guy, that you got that gap, that distance you built up. But caution flag definitely wipes all that out.
Yeah, that car seemed to be getting better and better lap times as this race went on. So I wonder how Blake Watson's going to adjust. Is the car going to remain the same here going back to green, or has the tires cooled off? We'll have to wait and see. Blake Watson, followed by Maxwell Lloyd, Edwin Eaton, Ryan Clark, top 5. In 6, we have Landon Moore. Then we have, well, it'll be Killian Collins, Paisley Lamont. But everything will kind of sort itself out here once we go back green.
White flag flies. 1 lap to go here. The Pinedale Motor in junior sprints before we go back green. It's been a busy night at Grand Bend Speedway. We've had action on the track. We've given away some ice cream in the stands. But we're going to see a green flag this time by with 9 laps to go for the Pinedale Motor in junior sprinters. Down the front stretch, Will shows them the green flag, and they're off and running. The 2 of Blake Watson, your leader, being challenged by the 6X of Maxwell Lloyd. And the 18H of Edwin Hyde. Oh, contact there. Going, oh no, the 2 of Blake Watson after contact with the leaders. And let's see what happened here. We've got them in slow motion here. Oh, maybe we don't. Replay just kind of froze there on us. Again there, Adrian, it should be there for you. If it's not, I'll come out and help it along. There it is. Hopefully it doesn't freeze up here on us. Okay, here we go. Down the back straightaway. 18H of Edwin Hyde was challenging hard. 6X on the high side. Light, little cushion comes up just a touch. And you get skipping there, eh?
I don't know. It's always hard to tell with some open wheel vehicles because even just a touch of the tires are just going to send her around just like that.
This is at full regular speed here. Watch how quick it happens, though. It's just like touch, kick, round, and it happens so fast. You know, what do you do with this here? Is the 6X involved? Maybe. Like there's contact? I don't see anything deliberate happening here at all. Like the drivers, they're actually quite careful around each other with stuff like this. I don't see anything deliberate, but like there is contact between those 2 drivers, and this is. As we look at what's been going on here in this division, it's like she had that mega lead built up. She's fast. You know, still 9 laps to go. I think she still pulls off a podium finish out of this, believe it or not. That's what I've seen out of this driver. Because there's a bunch of drivers a lap down too, right? So she'll be accident car. We'll see how they score here, but accident car. And look how many drivers they had a lap down. So look where she's gonna, if this is right. Like I see her like running.
I think
5th.
like 7th at the lowest from what I see on.
They're not quite done with the lineup yet, but it's.
And it does take us a little bit longer with the kids to get all lined up and ready to go.
They've been getting really good though. They have they have the earpiece. When you and I were kids, they didn't have earpieces, and so. When we
used to have a starter stop us all on the front stretch if needed.
Well, I remember they would play charades with us.
Yeah, they like point and like flip.
Do you remember that? I remember this guy. I showed up. I only raced a handful of times at Grand Bend Speedway when I was a kid, and I still remember. They must have thought I was the thickest driver, like in the head, because I never understood. I was like, so the guy was standing on the track. No, on the wall. It wasn't on the track. And I remember he was pointing to his rear end. Like he was pointing to me. So he'd point you, which I understood. So he's pointing at you, me.
To the back
and
side.
then he would point to his butt. And I was like, me, butt? I don't understand. And I got out, and they were just like, they were all exasperated. What's wrong with this kid? And I got off the track. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. This guy just kept pointing to his backside. And my dad was like, it means go to the rear. And I went, oh, the rear. Which is where I belong, because I had just been in a caution, so I obviously should have known to go there. But whatever, I was young, so I didn't know what I was doing. Anyway, it should have been self-explanatory, but it wasn't.
Well, we get
Now
to
we have
green
one-way
again,
radios.
though.
We don't have to
Yeah, one-way radios would have solved all of those charades.
No more song and dance. Down the front straightaway, we're going to see the green flag here. 18H of Edwin Hyde leads us to the green flag. We're off and running once again. The 6X of Maxwell Lloyd was also scored as an involved car. But right away, we see the 2 of Blake Watson coming right back to life. She's already up to second. What an amazing comeback we're seeing already. And we saw how dominant she was, right? She was able to get out to that big lead. If she plays her cards right here, I see 8 laps to go, and she's on the back bumper of the leader.
There's nothing more frustrating than leading the race and then being spun and having to go to the back and work your way back to the front. The biggest thing for a young driver is to remember even as an adult driver, I've seen this happen a million times.
Don't freak out.
Now that you are already upset, don't overdrive the vehicle. Just keep doing what you were doing before. Keep hitting your marks, drive lap after lap. She's fast. She got one of the fastest cars out there. And now it'll all be about if she can make this pass on Edwin Hyde. 18H, Edwin Hyde is currently your leader, followed by the 2 of Blake Watson, the 6 of Alexis Eaton, and the 85 of Ryan Clark.
And it's like the 2 of Blake Watson, she's running second, but look at her go. I think she just was able to get to the bumper bar on the 18H of Edwin Hyde. He definitely knows that she's there at this point. But it is just look at this front 5 here. It's like there is a pitched battle going on behind these leaders as well.
The run that the 2 is getting just down the straight is what is putting her right on the back bumper. She's got to find a line and a way to get right around the 18H.
That's your points there. The 18H of Edwin Hyde trying to win the race here on what would be his championship night. But the 2 of Blake Watson wants this checkered flag badly. It was 2 to go that time by, and this is it. It's go time. Put your cards on the table because the white flag's out. 1 lap to go, junior sprinters.
Look at the 6 of Alexis Eaton making that high side work. She's catching front 2.
Everything you got is out there right now. Blake Watson drove it so hard into the turn. It'll be the 18H Edwin Hyde, 2 Blake Watson, 6 Alexis Eaton, 6X Maxwell Lloyd. What a run, though. Not only, of course, for the 18H of Edwin Hyde, but you've also got your 2 of Blake Watson gets up to second place. Who was third in that?
Alexis
Eaton.
She said she was going to be top 3.
That was a heck of a drive, though. I think the drive of the race goes to the 2 of Blake Watson.
John's going to head trackside with our unofficial champion of the 18H of Edwin Hyde, the 2 of Blake Watson, and the 6 of Alexis Eaton.
Okay. Well, we'll come on down here to Victory Lane. It was a hard-fought event. Edwin Hyde, your winner. Give him the flag there, winner and champion tonight. Give him the trophy, too. He can hold both. You got to hold both. It's a double victory here. Unofficial champion and winner. Now, Edwin, I'm going to come on in here and chat with you for a moment. You know, you are the unofficial champion here. You almost didn't win that race, though. Were you feeling that pressure?
Yeah, I was feeling that pressure. It was a lot of pressure. It was a great race by everybody. Too bad that there was 2 or 3 red flags. That sucks for all the competition. I hope Bryson's okay. And
who do you want to thank for putting you in the seat this year? It's been a heck of a season.
Yeah, it has been a heck of a season. I want to thank Blake. Me and her had a really competitive battle. I want to thank all the other drivers for a great season. I want to thank my dad, Nick, crew chief, aka fixer of everything, for working on my car and truck nonstop. I want to thank my mom because she really stepped up this year, being part of the crew. So thank you, Mom. Love you. Special thanks to Melissa for helping us every step of the way in the pits. Thanks to my little brother for supporting me for every race. He's not that into racing, but he still came out and supported me. So thank you, Troy. I want to thank Johnny G's Pizza, who are here watching me tonight. I want to thank UA663 Magnum Signs, Lambton Metal Services, Magnum Motorsports Designs, Colin Weendle's Photography, BSM Incorporated, Blue Collar Fab, Grandma's Candy Store, Heidi's Independent Grocer, and Stickers and Scuffs. Thank you, Cam and Graded, for continuing your support.
Race fans, that's the 18H of Edwin Hyde, your winner and unofficial champion. Although I gotta say, give him one more lap, and I think we would have been having this interview, because we're sort of reenacting here. This was about what was going on there in those final 2 laps. Blake, heck of a drive tonight, getting right back up here on the podium. Second place finish tonight, hard fought.
Yeah, had a good lead there. Caution came out, touching tires, spun out. Unfortunately, couldn't get that lead back.
Yep, so I'd say one more lap and we might have been having a different conversation, but this too will be fast next year, I bet.
Sure will be.
Who do you want to thank tonight?
Tonight I'm going to thank Pinedale Motor Inn, Any Electric, Dave Sims Automotive, Derek's Mowers and Blowers, the drivers for a great race. Congratulations, Edwin. My mom, my dad, my grandma, my grandpa, and the fans for coming out tonight.
That's the two of Blake Watson, a heck of a drive tonight. And Alexis Eaton with this easy to spot blue machine on the track. Podium finish here on the closing night. That's got to be a good finish to the season here.
Yeah, it was a great finish. Pretty intense race, pretty intense season. I want to congratulate Edwin for his championship, and also Blake for being a good competitor this year, and also following with Max and all the others.
Who do you want to thank for putting you in the seat this year?
I want to thank Extreme Metalworks, NTN Bearings, my Nana and my grandma dad for coming out to every race, my friend for coming out for this race, and my parents for moving to the track, and of course Gordon Tabitha for letting me race here.
Race fans, that's a 6 of Alexis Eaton. That's our top 3 for the Pinedale Motor in junior sprints. And a hard-fought very, very hard-fought competition tonight. So there's 2 things happening here at Grand Bend Speedway down trackside. One is cooling off. The fans in the stands can feel that. 2, it's getting a little windier. And so as the next divisions take to the track, that's one thing that is changing out here is a little bit of extra wind. And for the 9 horsepower sprinters that are coming up next, I believe, that's changed quite a bit from their heat races earlier tonight.
Now we get set for some 9 horsepower racing.
And now I'm looking for, there's someone who it's their first ever race here tonight. I wonder if I can find the person who it's their first ever race. It's you! You! I can tell by the look on your face you've never been here before. Have you ever been here before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I could just tell. You were just standing there. There was absolutely no tips that were given to me before the event that told me that it would be you. So you've never been here. You obviously have never thrown a green flag on a race before.
No.
Oh, well, let's terrify you. Come this way. Come this way. Learn to tame your fears. Tame your fears, young man. You must face this journey alone. You will face this journey alone. Okay, what's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Ben Mendez, and I'm from Elster Craig.
Okay, and I heard you're a Carter Nickel fan.
Yeah.
So you're here hopefully to see the coronation tonight of the new champion, unofficially?
Yep.
All right, well, maybe you can help send him on his way. Ascend the steps. Tame your fears. Will help you with everything you need to know. All right? You just have to wave it. You have to wave it with passion, though. Okay. If you don't wave it with passion, they will not race hard. You have to demonstrate to them. You have to show them. Here they come. Kate, give us our starting lineup.
We got the 90 of Keegan Lamont, the 12 of Gareth McLean, the 13. That was the 13th that went by, right, John? 13 of Ray Jr. We got the 33 BC is Mike Beneteau. The 33, Carter Nickel, followed by the 88 of Andrew Rose Cole, and the 45 of Anthony Paulai. We've got to watch some pretty good battles so far in the 9 horsepower sprints this season. We've seen them between the front two drivers, the 90 of Keegan Lamont and the 12 of Gareth McLean. But look a little bit further back in the pack, and I think everybody's just about been in it. Mike Beneteau, Ray Janice Jr., and Carter Nickel. We haven't got to see as much of Anthony Paulai this season. Had a rough go there in the heat race, but was able to get going again. So hopefully they were able to make a few adjustments and we can have a great feature race.
We saw the 88 of Andrew Rosecole pull off the track a moment ago up high in turn 3.
Yeah, it looks like there's being a push down the ramp there a little bit.
Adrian, if you go to cam 3 here, you'll see Ben from Elsa Craig. He doesn't look scared anymore. He looks excited. He looks happy. He's ready. I'll stay down here to catch him throwing the green flag. 9 horsepower sprinter sponsored by Grand Bend Home Hardware. Kate, take us to the green.
Cars come down the back stretch. Keegan Lamont is the lead car. Going to be the control car coming to the green here. Green flags in the air. They're side-by-side racing. It looks like Mike Beneteau is going to give Gareth McLean a little push into 1 and 2. It's going to help him get ahead of Keegan Lamont. In through 3 and 4, Gareth McLean coming to this time by will be your leader. Not far behind is the 90 of Keegan Lamont. Gareth McLean falls back a few spots. Keegan Lamont takes the lead, followed by Ray Janice Jr., Mike Beneteau.
Right rear just went.
And it looks like the right rear's down on the 12. 12 of Will McLean has to head to the pits. Tough break for the 12.
And he would have been in contention for the win tonight for sure. Like, he was running so strong in the heat races. That's how quick it happens. Your leader, the 90 is Keegan Lamont. The 13 is Ray Janice Jr. running in second. The 33 BC, that's Mike Beneteau. Your points leader currently runs in 4th. That's the 33 of Carter Nickel. Anthony Paulai, the 45, runs 5th. Your leader, though, coming to the stripe right now, that's the 90 of Keegan Lamont. On a cool night at Grand Bend Speedway here for the last race of the season on the quarter mile. '90 of Keegan Lamont has put himself in the winning position.
Keegan Lamont's going lap after lap, hoping to stay green. Ray Janice Jr., then Mike Beneteau, then Carter Nickel. Mike Beneteau did say there was no way that Carter Nickel was beating him tonight, so I guess that's rung true so far. He definitely leads him.
Yeah, those pre-race interviews, they give you a clue what's going to go down. fans in the chat on the YouTube stream are rooting for Keegan Lamont, actually, so they must be feeling pretty good there. We always say give a shout out to your favorite driver, and they're cheering there for Keegan Lamont. But battle on the speedway here between the 33 of Beneteau and the 13 of Janice Jr. just going into turn 1 right now. Beneteau's got that, although this is Beneteau versus Carter Nickel. Battle of the 33s here. The orange-looking one, that's Mike Beneteau. The yellow-looking one there, this is the one that's running behind that. That's Carter Nickel, your points leader. Caution on the speedway. Trouble for the 45 of Anthony Pauli down into the infield. Brings out the caution here. Quick replay. We'll have a look and see what went on. And this is going to be all by his lonesome for sure. Just run that again. Regular speed here. Oh, that's fast. Slow that down there, Adrian. Regular speed. There we are. Yeah, just a solo spin over there in turn 4. So no harm, no foul, but does bring out our caution flag here in these 9 horsepower.
Not what the 90 wanted to see. Storyline of the night, cautions.
We're going to do a follow-up here. This is the follow-up. Do a little follow-up here. I'm going to find the fan I gave the ice cream to earlier. How was the ice cream? Did you enjoy it?
Haven't had it yet.
Because I noticed when I came up, you were all wrapped up, all bundled up. And I wondered, where's the ice cream?
It's going to have to wait for a warmer day.
A warmer, this is the final night. This is it. There's no other chance. When else do you think you're going to have this?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll substitute it for another prize. How about that? Here, have another ice cream. Why don't? No, you don't want it? You don't? Okay, well, who thinks they want this ice cream? Pick someone. Well, you better get over here. You better get over before she picks someone else. You gotta be fast. Okay, well, you can enjoy that ice cream. It's a very cold night, though. I don't know what she's gonna do with it. It's a cold night. So the kids are having ice cream and you're just bundled up. Okay. That's it's the price of age for all of us. I'm gonna get my coat if you feel any better.
Good to see the 12 return to the Speedway, John. The 12 of Gareth McLean back on the Speedway. Gonna be about 6 laps down.
As the green flag flies, we're back at it here. And fighting it out at the front of this one. We go right again. Shaking up that front lineup. 13 of Janice Jr. is your leader at the line. I missed it because I was grabbing my coat on this cool night there. Must have been a heck of a pass. So what do we got here? Let's run our lineup here. So the 13, Ray Janice Jr. has now taken control of this race. Oh, and a shake-up as the 90 of Lamont gets down to the inside. Good for second now. And now Lamont back to the inside. This is for the lead here, and now Lamont's back to the inside. So whatever happened on that restart, it came out in the wash.
Yeah, there was a little bit of beating and banging there at the start. Everything's kind of worked itself back out.
Yeah, they've got themselves now into 2 pairs. The 90 of Keegan Lamont and the 13 Ray Janice Jr. are locked together. And the 33 of Mike Beneteau and our points leader, the 33 of Carter Nickel, 33 BC and the 33 have found, oh, there goes Carter Nickel. That's up for third. Carter Nickel makes his way up to third now in the regular 33. So action definitely picking up here in these 9 horsepower sprinters. Oh, around trouble, turn 2. Who's that? Is that, I think that's the 33 BC of Beneteau up there. Yeah, and so, I don't know, he was falling behind a little bit there because he got passed by the 33 of Carter Nickel. And now he's got the rear. Zoom in on that, Adrian. Get a tight shot of the back of that 33. Oh, they're going to park an ATV right in front of it. That's okay. Safety crew gets priority, but before that, we were able to get a look at that rear. I always mix up what they call it. The back end of the Sprint. I always mix it up. I always just call it the tail, but it actually does have a name. And I'm going to have to learn this. I have to learn this too, because there's a big change coming next year. Well, everyone always freaks out in racing when you say it's going to be a big change. But when you say big change, we're going to leak a little more of that schedule to you. All right, so you know how earlier this year we did the exhibition race with the Tri-State Sprints from south of the border? Full-size sprint cars. We had them out. And we actually never got to run their real race because we had bad weather that day. We had a one-off schedule for the Tri-State Sprints, full-size sprint cars and super modifieds. But the Tri-State Sprint cars got enough information out of their test to say a couple things to Grand Bend Speedway. Number one, and this might shock some of the viewers because there's a few viewers who think this track is not the proper size for sprint cars. The Tri-State Sprint cars have been extremely clear. They actually told the promoter, they said, do not modify the track. Do not modify the track. Keep it exactly as it is. They felt that it was exactly what they were looking for their style of sprint car racing. So we have that in one hand, sort of. So as we look to the schedule next year, one of the things you're going to see, and this is the shocking information, a regular running every other week full-size sprint car class. So they call it the V8 NASCAR V8 sprint cars. And they're going to run every other week. They're going to run in rotation with the NASCAR late models. And so that's working with the guys from Tri-State Sprints, working with a number of drivers here in the province. The Grand Bend Speedway layout is considered a very technical layout for sprint cars, and they really want to give it a go. And so where a few years ago that might have sounded really shocking, after the Tri-State Sprint test, which they were testing all day, right? We had a very brief test during the event, which was cut short because the steering wheel fell off one of the cars, which was something. But they were testing all day, and it was a very strong proof of concept as to what was possible. And so we got to figure out what the tail end of a sprint car is called, because next year when we have full-size sprint cars ripping around the full scaled-up version of these, that's going to be something we're going to have to be able to give a name to. And the full-size cars, they keep the fuel tank back there. But I think they do in these ones too. Actually.
They do. The fuel tank is there.
I said that like it was a revelation, and then I was like, wait a minute, it's also on the back of these ones too. Because these really are scaled down sprint cars. The wings are non-functional. The wings that you see with the number on it, that's just for show. Like we wouldn't have to run those, we just do it because they would be basically impossible to score without them. But as we go down the front straightaway, the green flag set to fly here. Let's set them loose, the 9-horsepower sprinters. And we are off and running in a pitched battle once again out front. The 90 of Keegan Lamont and the 13 of Ray Janice Jr. Everybody up in there. 90 of Keegan Lamont's going to lead that lap. And just start running away. 33 BC Mike Benetto trying to get up to the back of the 33 of Carter Nickel. He's close. Not close enough quite yet. Carter Nickel, meanwhile, sets his sights on the 13 of Ray Janice Jr. Oh, trouble on the back straightaway. 2 vehicles involved. It was the 12 of McLean and the 33 BC. Did we catch this? If you caught this, Adrian, you're going to be MVP. I think you are going to catch it. 33 BC goes around on his own, collects the 12. Yeah, just hit the regular. Yeah, there's our speed there that we want. There's a regular speed. It's happens fast. Just collects the 12. 12's not really involved, but ends up spinning around, becomes involved. Here's our regular speed replay. Just watch how fast it happens. Just back end, just kicks around. There's a 12. Adrian catches it just on the right side of the frame.
Yeah, the 12 kind of goes around trying to avoid hitting the 33 BC.
Yeah, and so Grand Bend Speedway, we do have a rule. It's a tough rule, especially even on the closing night. But if a driver is the direct cause of 2 cautions by way of spin, especially a self spin, that is the end of their night. And so the 33 BC of Mike Beneteau sounds like he's had 2 of those spins, and so I think he's going to be coming off. They're going to set him loose here. They're going to green flag it. He's still out there, but
I think they're going to go green flag, and worst case scenario, if the driver either doesn't comply or is unable to hear them, if there's an issue with the one-way radio, then I think they'll have to throw a black flag.
Yeah, I think you'll see it if he sees it now at the start. It's a tough rule. It's a rule that's put in place to keep the event flowing along. If a car spins twice, it usually spins 3 times. Not always, but like it's tough. It's really only applied to primarily to self spins. I think his radio's not working. Either that, or he knows it's the last night and it doesn't matter because he just wants to get the laps and have fun at the track. And if that's the case, like that's fine. They can pull his scoring card. But like it's a tough rule because you see he's running pretty fast. He's got the 2 black flags, 3rd black flag. They just pulled the scoring card, and it's tough. But you don't want to see it happen, but it's that's the way the cookie crumbles. So. I don't think he's got a radio in. Again, either that or he's just saying like it's final night. I just want to get the laps.
You see the 12 of Gareth McLean up there. He's running in the 2nd spot on the track, but he is laps down. They had that issue with the right rear. The running order is technically the 90 of Keegan Lamont, then the 13 of Ray Janice Jr., the 33 of Carter Nickel.
And
the 33 BC is scored ahead right now of Gareth McLean, but with that DQ.
There's your white flag. So the 12 is actually not your 2nd place runner. He's multiple laps down. The 13 Janice Jr. is trying to get around him just to try to get to the leader. That's going to really protect the lead at this moment. Keegan Lamont's going to take it. The 13 Janice Jr. gets down past him too late as the 33 of Carter Nickel. Whoa, that was a lot going on there all of a sudden, Kate. So that's that. All right. So your winner is the 90 of Keegan Lamont. Your unofficial champion will be the 33 of Carter Nickel.
Great run for the 12. Doesn't end up in victory lane in the top 3, but great car if we wouldn't have a tire issue earlier in this race.
It's going to be a bit of an awkward conversation with the 33 BC. So who was, okay, well, hang on down. I'll sort it out down
It should have been the 33 of Carter Nickel in the 3rd spot.
Did they trade cards? I have the 33 BC. Oh, I think he's just coming to celebrate. Yeah, he is. He's happy. Mike Beneteau coming down to congratulate Carter Nickel. He confused me because I have so many 33s down here. Mike Beneteau giving everybody the fist bumps here. Tough night for Mike, but also he's happy for his pals here, and so that's cool. 33, Carter Nickel, hopping out. Your unofficial champion. They're going to put a trophy in his hand. I hope he doesn't slip. There it is. Give him a cheer, your unofficial champ. Don't fall. There we go. There's the photo op. We'll swing on down here. It's the 90 of Keegan Lamont who is our winner. So we've got so many people to talk to. Who do we talk to first? Well, who's out? Well, Carter Nichols already out of the car. Gets the glasses off, gets the bucket off. Carter, you're a two-time Grand Bend Speedway champion. You won in the bone stocks last year. Tonight, you know, that carburetor, you guys were looking a little stressed earlier, but you pulled it off.
Oh my God, I can't believe it, man. We've had such a hard season. 3 wrecks, now carburetor issues. I was at the shop 5 days this week just getting this car set up and dialed in, and it was an absolute rocket ship. I can't thank Mike Beneteau enough for everything he's ever done for us, and it's just such an amazing accomplishment to be back-to-back champions. I can't believe it.
Carter Nichols in the 33 BC. Anyone else you want to thank? You already got a bunch in there, but.
Oh yeah, I got a whole list. So I want to thank McCully Electric, Robin Tiller, Coldwell Blanker, Bogline Barbecue, Campfire Ninja, Adam Smith Plumbing, Dirty Girls Lawn Care, Shady Pines Campground, Earl S. Ross Incorporated, Powered by Papa, Robinson Farm Drainage, Arcona Speedway, Mrs. Nichols Pickles, R&S Hardware, BC Racing, Telesign, Stickers and Scuffs, Skid Lid by Grandma and Papa.
Wait a minute. Do they even fit on that thing? And Sue. Oh, that's great. All right, we'll swing on over here. Okay, he's getting a lot of attention over here, but you are a multi-time feature race winner now. Keegan Lamont, hard fought tonight. Tell us about that one.
It was difficult. My car kept on getting loose when they entered my draft, but I was able to keep control over it.
Who do you want to thank tonight?
I would like to thank Auto Fusion Towing, Do It For Dale Racewear, Stickers and Scuff, Leafs Racewear, my parents, my friends, Lucas Chapman, Bryson, and my papa, and my mom and dad and my grandparents.
That's the 90 of Keegan Lamont, your winner tonight. And we'll come on in down here to the 13 of Ray Janice Jr. Ray, you tasted the front of that one there. You were out and up front for a brief bit. These 9 horsepower sprinters sure are competitive.
Oh yeah, we're all close and competitive. Real close times, lap times between us all. It's a fun fight when you're up there and you're swerving back and forth with one another. But just didn't have. I had the draft behind him. I just couldn't get past him.
Who do you want to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank my wonderful girlfriend, my dad, my uncle, Jeff and his wife, and my aunt, all for coming out, all of the BC Racing crew, all the sponsors, McCann Ready Mix, Telesign, all them, and everybody else for coming out and watching. It was a great night.
That's Ray Janice Jr. in the 13. And then we got, this will be great for this sponsor. Craftsman's going to get a little bit of extra airtime tonight. Because if you look in turn 3, a little windy, and the Craftsman banner, the Craftsman Tools banner, wants to make an appearance in this race, but we're going to get ahead of that there. So this is Craftsman Tools getting their airtime tonight because we got to pull their banner down before this thing causes a caution later on tonight. They're going to do a big team photo up here. A lot of these guys know each other. The Brad Clark racing team. Brad Clark, promoter here at Grand Bend Speedway for many years before passing away a couple of years ago. And we miss Brad, but we see his legacy here, certainly, especially with these drivers in the 9 horsepower sprints who have really, pulled together, and they race together, they work together, they compete together. And it's been so fun to see this series growing, and continues to grow. And next year, getting that rebrand, right? So 9 horsepower sprints this year. By next year, we're going to call them the Outlaw Sprints, which is definitely more fun to say. The Outlaw Sprint, sponsored by Grand Bend Home Hardware. Where's Ben? Ben, where'd you go? There you are. Yeah, Ben, great job out there. Green flag sent your buddy to victory lane, or to the championship, eh?
Yes, I did.
All right. Were you scared when you were up there throwing the green flag?
I'm scared of heights, so a little bit.
Okay. Well, you did a great job, Ben. Good job, buddy. He did good. That was weird. Something happened on the 33 there as he was coming off. Oh, well. Seems to be running now. Suddenly came to a stop there. It sounded like his seatbelt was caught on something for a moment. And there goes the 13 of Rage at East Junior.
Joining us on the track is the NASCAR Ontario Pro Sprint.
It's the classic father-son rivalry back again.
Brent took the first one in the 31K, starting shotgun on the field now. The 01 is Logan Chapman, and the 33 at the front of this pack. So the black 33 is Adrian Kemp, and he is the father of the father-son rivalry. So again, the running order from front to back from London, Ontario is number 31 of Adrian Kemp, followed by the 01 from Sarnia, Ontario, Logan Chapman. And rounding out the field from Tempsford, Ontario, the 31K of Brent Kemps. Brent was able to take feature number 1, chalk on the field, so we will have to see if that machine can make it to the front. White flag on the Speedway, on to green with the Ontario Pro Sprints. Coming out of turn 4, green flag in the air. We're racing with the NASCAR Ontario Pro Sprints. The 31K goes to quick work on the 01 of Logan Chapman, hanging in there on the outside. Talked about him earlier in feature race number 1, but Logan Chapman really doing a great job of week after week getting more seat time and trying to run with these Kemps boys up at the front. Adrian Kemp's off to a great start. Black 39 is Brent Kemp's. Adrian and Brent able to get a little bit of space between them and the 01 of Logan Chapman. We talked about this class being a growing class and hoping to have a higher car. We have 4 listed on our sheet.
Yeah, it's the darndest thing. Like, we know it's going to have a higher car count because we've already got, who was that?
Jonathan Van Grinsven. We ran with him in junior late models.
Yeah, so he's going to be back in action.
He's able to grab a car. There's cars out there, and like we had said earlier today, if you are looking for a class to enter into, this is a great class. Adrian and Brent are more than happy to help as well as you can reach out to us at grandbendspeedway.com and come on and check out this class, go under the contact and get a hold of us, and we're just looking to develop this class further. It's a great class. It stems from our old 440 class, which used to be a phenomenal show here at Grand Bend Speedway. These Ontario Pro Sprints, they speak for themselves. They're fast, they're loud, they're everything we love about racing.
Yeah, so these guys here, the other thing too, I'd say for the folks watching from home, if you're sitting on one of these cars, like the old 440s, listed on the grandbendspeedway.ca classifieds. Hop on grandbendspeedway.ca, throw on the classifieds. Ads that are put on the classifieds, we oftentimes will promote through our social media channels. So if you get it up there, we'll help push that out for you and help grow this class. Because as Adrian was saying, who did we talk to? Brent. No, it was fun. It was the son that won the first.
We talked to Brent.
We talked to Brent. Brent was saying, like, we know there's lots of equipment out there, and it's interesting. Some guys kind of hang on to it because they go, oh, I might go racing with it. I have a philosophy with race cars, and it goes like this. You're either racing it or you're not. If you're not, clear the garage. You can always go get another one, right? If it's just sitting there, it actually hurts the classes because there's only so much equipment out there that's ready to race. Any car that's ready to race that's just sitting in a garage waiting for some future year, if that year's not right now, race cars are not race cars, to me, as far as I can tell, they depreciate in value when they just sit in a garage. Get it out there, get it on the track, whether it's with you driving it or with someone else. And if you decide to go back racing again later, go pick one up. They're going to be out there. 4 laps to go here.
2.
Rather 3. 2? Oh, I show 3. Is it 3?
Well, white flag's in the air, so we're down to 1.
I'm going to go over here. I'm just going to turn off that telemetry. Oh, the telemetry had it right. It's because there's a reason for that. I'm watching the wrong telemetry. The telemetry was right. There he is, your winner.
Adrian Kemps, followed by Brent Kemps and Logan Chapman. And our champion will be down at the start-finish line as well. Nothing better than winning the second feature when you're the unofficial champ of the NASCAR Ontario Pro Sprints.
Yeah, we were up there in the booth and I got caught watching the wrong telemetry. The YouTube feed has about a 30-second delay on it, unfortunately. And so I'm watching the YouTube feed come through and it said 3 laps, it was delayed. I wasn't watching on my actual race monitor. So the checkered flag caught me by surprise. Didn't catch Kate by surprise because she watches the race very carefully. So we saw the son win race number 1. It's going to be Dad who wins race number 2. And he wins the championship over his kid. Here he comes out of the car. Race fans, put your hands together for your winner and unofficial champion, the 31 of Adrian Kemps. Adrian, congratulations. He's going to hop out here. We'll step over here because the giant wing interferes with the radio on the belt pack here. These wings are cool. They give you lots of downforce, but if the folks from home are going to hear and see us, we're going to step over here. Adrian, congratulations. You know, it's been a heck of a journey getting the old 440s back on the track now as the NASCAR Ontario Pro Sprints. Walk us through the journey this year.
It's been great. I really appreciate Gord and Tabitha giving us a place to race, to show our cars. I guess for my son and Logan probably, we're just having fun. And that's what it wants. I want to bring this class back. There's lots of cars out there. Hopefully this people get to see us on YouTube or wherever and see the fun we're having. It's fast. Everybody can see that. We really enjoy being here. This is where it all started. So I got to appreciate Gord and Tabitha giving us more races than I thought we were going to get, and I think we add to the show.
So you've already picked up the 4th car with John Van Grinsven, right, coming out next year. And the biggest news of the night, I suppose, for the Ontario Pro Sprints was you're on the 2026 schedule, right? So as people are sitting at home, lots of opportunity to get involved.
That's what I'm hoping. They can contact me or Brent. We'll help you or guide you or give you any information to help us get this club back to, let's say, 8-10 cars would be great. So that's what we're trying. I really want to thank our sponsors, especially our crew that come out every week to help us get in and out of these cars. And at my age, I need the help. So it just makes it, we all have a good time. We're all having fun. We all enjoy being here. We enjoy the speed. I don't know. I'm having fun.
Adrian Kemp's in the 31. You're a winner. And unofficial champion. We'll get him in there doing the championship photos. Brent's going to come in too. Get a photo. And we'll chat quickly here with Logan. Logan, it was a big season for you out here, you know, learning the ins and outs of how the Ontario Pro Sprints work. What's been the biggest thing you've learned this year?
Just work line, just what stuff does, like the wedge adjuster, the pan air bar adjuster, just what does what. Yeah, running with these guys, I've learned a lot. It's a lot of fun running these cars. I'd like to thank Gordon Tabitha for letting us run here. Jaden and Lucas Chapman, they've helped me get this car where it needs to be. Daniel Hahn, my dad, my grandpa, Jack and Joey in the stands for coming out and helping us.
They're up there, eh?
Yeah. And all my sponsors, Maserati, After Hours Automotive, Blue Coast Realty, Mark's Home Comfort Tech, Hungry Hiker, Baines General Store, Alliance Fabrication. That's it.
That's Logan Chapman in the 01, having lots of fun this year in the Ontario Pro Sprints. You know, it's funny. The Ontario Pro Sprints, they lay down some rubber. Walking down here, I was like, oh, I feel like I was stuck in some chewing gum, but it's just the racing line they were running there. They stuck down a little rubber for us. There's a Grand Bend mystery afoot. Have you heard? Have you heard of the mystery? The great mystery of championship night at Grand Bend Speedway? Deploy the safety ATV and let the mystery begin. So, okay, here's what's going on now. As we get ready now for the Robson Scrap Metal Mini Trucks, the safety ATV has been deployed. And what are they going to go get? There's a piece of debris in turn 1. But it's no ordinary piece of debris. It's a glove. It's a glove. Whose glove is it? We don't know. We'll have to go through the pits. Everyone can try on the glove. And if it fits...
Is this like Cinderella?
It's like Cinderella. If you get the glove, the racing glove, we go through all the drivers. If it fits, you get a brand new late model race car. Or something, or you know, no.
Is that courtesy of your bank account? Because it's not mine.
No new late model race car. You can do some go-karting. We'll get to go-kart certificate. Oh no, I've got this pile of ice cream certificates here. This is what we'll do. Aiden's having too much fun with this over. He says, will there be, he thinks it's like a Cinderella thing. He's like, will there be a horse-drawn carriage? I don't know. We don't race horse-drawn carriages, Aiden. That's a different style of racing. And I don't think they call them horse-drawn carriages. It's a non-motorsports. What would they call that? Equestrian horses. They draw the horse. Anyway, they do. It's kind of, what do they call that? The fairgrounds. They have the horse. It's like a thing on the back. The guy's riding in the thing. It's not a, what is that? It's twice tonight.
I don't know. It's kind of like a trailer. I'm going to Google it.
I'm forgetting.
I'm about the height of a jockey.
We've got, okay, this is it's a final race of the season, final race of the year. We've got the glove, the mystery. Well, actually, it's not much of a mystery. It'll be one of 3 guys. It can only be one of the Ontario Pro Sprints, so actually it's narrowed down to 3 drivers, so already we're there. Robson Scrap Metal Mini Truck set for their final race of the season here on the quarter mile. Anticipation has been high. Nick Thuss is going to be up on the point position. Our newest driver, Daniel Collins, our newest driver, is going to be up on the high side of row number 1. That's kind of interesting here. 4 is Dylan Graham, 11 is Colin Klumper, 18H is Edwin Hyde. And your unofficial champion, provided all things go according to plan, it's the 18 of Quinn Gertz. But when the drivers come on past the grandstand this time by, they're going to be waving to the fans. So whether you're a fan watching from home because it was chilly tonight, or whether you're a fan in the stands, give the drivers a wave and cheer because they're going to be going racing this time by. And so 2 by 2 down the back straightaway. Nick Thuss in the 53 is going to be taking us to the green flag with the 31 of Daniel Collins up on the high side. The green flag flies. Collins sort of surrenders that one. Probably might have, discretion might have been to start more towards the back. It's his first night out, but he'll drop to the rear early, and we go to work. 3 wide into turn 3. Go the Robson Scrap Metal Mini Trucks. And my heart's just a-pounding when you see that there here on the first laps. And side by side for the lead with the 53 of Nick Thuss versus the 19 of Gertz. Caleb Gertz to the lead. And now facing another challenge from the 53 of Nick Thuss, fighting back. And now the 18 of Quinn Gertz has made his way up there. Side by side for second place goes the 18 of Quinn Gertz and the 53 of Nick Thuss. The cousins now finding themselves in first and second. Caleb Gertz out front, Quinn Gertz in second. Third, fourth, and fifth, still a toss-up here in the early goings. We're 10 laps in, 5 laps into the 20-lap feature race. And a heck of a fight here at the mid-pack of this one here. The 4 of Dylan Graham, the black machine, looking like he might have something here for the, look at him pushing the 18H of Edwin Hyde down the front straightaway.
Oh, got him loose there, going through 1 and 2. Edwin Hyde able to Dylan rolled out of the there.
Caleb Gertz, your leader in the 19-18. Quinn Gertz runs second still. The battle really is 4th and 5th between that 18H of Edwin Hyde and the 4 of Dylan Graham, the Glencoe driver.
Dylan Graham of Edwin Hyde. Edwin Hyde able to pull off one championship. Probably gives him a little bit of a boost of confidence. Running really well in this mini truck.
I'd argue probably the best we've seen him run this year. He said, you know, in pre-race interviews that it was, he definitely prefers the truck. He prefers the higher horsepower. Dylan Graham and the 4 just pushing him. Up at the front of this one, though, they're working lap traffic. The 19 of Caleb Gertz goes around our newest driver, the 31 of Daniel Collins. We are halfway through this one. Past halfway, I should say. Your leader here at the start-finish line is the 19 of Caleb Gertz. Just working over turn 2, the right-hand side of the track, going down the back straightaway now into turn 3, the 19 of Caleb Gertz and the green 18 of Quinn Gertz. Quinn Gertz in that green 18 is on track to become the champion unofficially. But right now he's trying to unseat his cousin to take the final checkered flag of the season. He's closed to within striking distance. And there he goes, and loops it around the 18 of Quinn Gertz. Got to the inside of cousin Caleb. Here we are, regular speed on the replay. Going into turn 1 and 2. Just catches. Slow that down there for us there, Adrian. Slow it right, oh, too fast, slow it down. There we go, nice and slow. Just want to see if he got down the grass or not. He's got the inside run. Back end of the truck is coming around. Sparks from underneath the truck, interesting. Ultimately, the result is the same. But yeah, one more time here, nice and slow. Gets to the inside, little bit of touch, just a touch, and around they go. So the folks at home there, we're going to go to a quick driver profile. And then we'll get these drivers in order and get back at it here. Down here in the pits at Grand Bend Speedway, the number 18H of Edwin Hyde leading the points in the Pinedale Motor Inn Junior Sprints. Edwin, what's the outlook tonight?
I just hope that we can get a good finish in this top 3. I hope in that we can keep that in one piece. And we'll have a good night if that happens.
So you're certainly leading the points here in the Junior Sprinters and the Pinedale Motor Inn Mini Trucks, Pinedale Motor Inn Junior Sprints, McLean's Home Hardware Mini Trucks. So this has been your first year in the Mini Trucks. That's been a heck of a learning curve, eh?
Yeah, it has. It's really hard, and it's really fun racing against all the other drivers out there.
Which vehicle do you prefer at this time? You know, we're heading to the end of the season here. Which race car do you like best?
I like the mini truck better.
Okay, well, you're leading the points in that one. You like that one better. We'll see if you like winning a championship tonight. I hope it goes well for you, okay?
Yep. Thank you.
That's Edwin Hyde, 18H. You'll see him twice tonight, once in the Pinedale Motor Inn Junior Sprints, and you'll see him again.
This time by.
Set to go back at it. And here we go. Green flag flies. We're off and running. Caleb Gertz takes us to the green flag. We'll see if the 53 of Nick Thuss and the 4 of Dylan Graham can come to life. But first, they're going to have to fight each other for second place to see who might be able to challenge this very fast Caleb Gertz, who's out front. Edwin Hyde in the 18H. The folks from home were just watching it. 3 wide. There goes the presumptive champion down to the inside. Cuts right across the front of the battle for 3rd and 4th. Goodbye. Checking out. Up to 3rd. See you later. I was watching these two battle, the battle between 18H of Edwin Hyde and the 53 of Nick Thuss. And just suddenly, just out of nowhere, comes the green Quinn Gertz machine. I guess he's got the speed. He wants to go see if he can challenge cousin Caleb again out front. 2 laps to go, though. Time running out.
Caleb Gertz able to get the 4 of Dylan Graham is in second. Quinn Gertz is in third. White flag in the air. And I think they've got good enough space between them. I don't see a whole lot being mixed up here on the lap. It's in the Gertz followed by the 4 of Dylan Graham. And
Yeah, that 18 of Quinn Gertz makes it to the podium, so we'll be going down to see him here. Oh, and he spun on the backstretch somehow. You see what happened? I didn't miss what happened.
Was it a victory spin?
Maybe. Is that what a victory spin looks like? Because they can't really do Yeah, tearing up the infield. Woo! Because they can't do burnouts, but they can do that. these mini trucks. Let's come on down trackside here. So it'll be the 19 of Caleb Gertz, your winner tonight. Caleb, congratulations. A successful run for you here. You were able to hold off your cousin who spun off the back of you. Do you feel what's going on out there?
Well, I definitely felt what was going on out there. It was a little loose tonight, but yeah, we did end up getting here in the end, so worked out.
Who do you want to thank for putting you in the seat this year?
I want to thank my dad. He's really who gets this ready for me and makes it fast the way it is, and Fulton J Financial for getting us out here. Happy birthday to my Aunt Laura and Gordon Tabitha for all they do, and I'd like to say hi to Grandma and Grandpa that are watching online.
Caleb Gertz, winner tonight in the 19. Dylan Graham, the Glencoe driver. Strong second place run tonight. Walk off the front here. Congratulations here for a second place run this evening.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. We were really loose once temperatures died down, but overall, it's been a good year. Good weekend.
Who do you want to thank for putting you in the seat this year?
I'd just like to thank Gary Grimm Transport, then my mom, my dad, my papa, just everyone that helps out, that gets me to the track each week.
That's the 4 of Dylan Graham, your second place runner tonight. And then here, spinning through the infield is the 18 of Quinn Gertz, our unofficial champion here this season for Grand Bend Speedway Robson Scrap Metal Mini Trucks.
Yeah, it feels good to bring home the championship. Hopefully, we'll pass through tech and then it's official. But yeah, it was a good race.
Why are they laughing? Why were they laughing at the passing tech part? What was that?
Yeah. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Fulton J Financial, for helping us out this season.
All right, that's the 18 of Quinn Gertz and the crew up here on the wall. They seem nervous. Are they nervous? Should they be nervous for passing tech?
No.
Oh, yeah, they don't look nervous, but they did think it was funny. That's our 18 of Quinn Gertz. Again, our presumptive unofficial champion. We should grab our little trophy here. There it is here. There's April. I was looking for April. I said, "Where's April?" She was literally walking behind me. All right, so we'll throw things back up. Is Kate still up there? Kate, you still up there?
I'm right here.
Well, that's it for the season. Can you believe it?
No, it's always sad to see the season end, but we've crowned champions tonight, which is always a great thing to do at the end of the year. We look forward season here at Grand Bend Speedway. We've got one race left, but it's not here. It's at another track.
We're going to see what's going to happen here with the hybrid oval program. We'll keep an eye on the website for updates on that. But looking ahead to 2026, you know, you and I had a sneak peek at the schedule, and it's looking pretty good. It's basically a 4 weeks on, 4 weeks off, 4 weeks on, 4 weeks off program. They've got all the local divisions that we know and love here. Some of them are getting new names, which we've talked about during the broadcast tonight. I suppose the biggest update, though, is certainly what we'll be seeing going on with the V8 NASCAR Sprint Car division, which is sort of coming out of that tri-state sprint program that we did the exhibition for earlier this year. So that's, I think, going to be the most exciting thing that's coming down the pipe, because there's sort of a big, one of the things I love about thinking about the 2026 season is I haven't seen that totally here. Like, and there's a bit of a mystery. It's like, well, what's that going to look like? And the promoters are extremely confident. The tri-state sprints are extremely confident after their exhibition. And so, like, the goal is to position Grand Bend Speedway as a destination location for sprint car racing in the region here on the track. So that's going to be that's going to be something to see.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be great for Grand Bend Speedway, and I know that I'm looking forward to next season, maybe jumping into a few broadcasts with yourself and Chris. Thank you for having me this season, and Chris couldn't be here tonight, so on behalf of him, I will send off for the rest of the season as well, and we look forward to next year.
Yeah, and just a sincere thank you for the folks come out supporting us week in and week out. Special thanks to certainly to the drivers for the hard work they put in week and week out. Special thanks to the broadcast crew. So that's John Paul, Philip, and Adrian here tonight. Special thanks also to the track staff, right? Working hard week in and week out to keep the program running as smooth as it does. Just again, a sincere thank from all of us at Grand Bend Speed for anyone who supports this track in any way. We sincerely appreciate that, and we're looking forward to an awesome 2026. Keep an eye on grandbendspeedway.ca. Sign up for email updates to keep up with the latest news, and we'll look forward to rolling out hopefully that 2026 schedule soon enough. And we'll see you at the next exciting event at Grand Bend Speedway.